This page is the cover of the March 1999 issue of DGK G's magazine, a publication specializing in beautiful girl characters in games. The cover features a striking illustration of a blue-haired girl with wings, entwined in wires, likely promoting the anime adaptation announcement of Seraphim Call, which is highlighted prominently. The magazine boasts being the first issue of a renewal, with the cover being a key feature. Major scoops and information covered include an exclusive look at the sequel information for the game Sentimental Graffiti, subtitled My Only Love. There's also mention of a special illustration by Clamp for Cardcaptor Sakura, along with new information about the games With You and To Heart, indicating features on these popular titles of the era. The cover sets the stage for a magazine focused on popular bishōjo character games and their related media at the time. This page features a promotion for the Sega Saturn game, Kiss Yori, developed by Kid and planned for a March 1999 release. Described as a summer love story, typical of the visual novel and bishōjo genres popular at the time, the page showcases a large illustration of the game's central heroine. They are running a reservation campaign offering an exclusive original bath clock to the first 1,000 applicants who reserve the game and submit the required proof of purchase form. Additionally, the initial limited print run of the game is set to include an original telephone card as a bonus. The page includes the necessary application form and instructions for players looking to secure the game and its special items upon release. This page showcases the romance-adventure game Kagayaku Kisetsu-e, developed by Kid for the PlayStation, and scheduled for an April 1999 release. Much like Kid's other visual novels, this title promises a charming story, centered around a cast of appealing characters. The page features beautiful artwork of 5 different heroines from the game, with the main girl taking center stage. A special reservation campaign is highlighted, offering players who pre-order the game a unique bonus, a limited edition aluminum business card case featuring artwork of the characters, with 3 different designs to choose from. There's also mention of a limited edition of the game itself, which comes as a 2-disc set, including a special disc with high-resolution CG artwork, a nice treat for collectors and fans who want to appreciate the visuals in detail. This looks like another solid entry for fans of Kid's signature style. This page features Yukyu Gensokyoku Ensemble 2, the second collector's disc, expanding the beloved Yukyu world. This title is available for both PlayStation and Sega Saturn, arriving on February 18, 1999, with each version priced at 3,800 yen. Building upon the success of the first ensemble volume, which featured minigames, movies, and unseen content, this second disc is packed with even more fan-pleasing extras. Players can look forward to new side stories and previously unreleased scenarios that delve deeper into the characters and world. The disc also includes modes like exploration and a martial arts tournament, offering different ways to interact with the game's universe, alongside a character edit feature. This is clearly aimed at dedicated fans eager to explore every facet of the Yukyu Gensokyoku series and its charming cast of characters, several of whom are prominently displayed on the page artwork. This page introduces Gakuen Sentai Soul Blast, a training adventure game for the PlayStation. The premise plunges players into a chaotic final year of high school, starting with a simple sibling fight that escalates into a huge commotion involving the entire school and battles against a robot army. You'll follow the lives of 5 vibrant girls, navigating eccentric school life, experiencing moments like a confession on graduation day, and engaging in everything imaginable during their last year. The page features dynamic character artwork, highlighting the main group of high school students alongside mysterious, blue-skinned, armored figures. Screenshots give a glimpse into the gameplay, showing interactions within the school environment, character training screens suggesting simulation or management elements, and strategic battle sequences likely involving the robot army. This title promises a blend of dramatic school life narrative, character development through training, and tactical combat, scheduled for release on February 4, 1999, priced at 5,800 yen before tax, developed by Creative Heads, and published by Caravan Interactive. This page jumps into the world of Cardcaptor Sakura, highlighting the upcoming PlayStation game adaptation. The main focus is a large illustration of the protagonist, Sakura Kinomoto, in one of her iconic battle costumes, accompanied by her guardian, Cerberus, Karo. The page announces the highly anticipated game version of the popular manga and anime series for the PlayStation console. It features a special interview section teasing insights from the game's development. Information boxes detail the game's genre as an adventure simulation game, with Arika handling the production. It was planned for a 1999 release. Gameplay involves players controlling Sakura in an RPG-like experience, clearing events, and minigames to capture and seal Clow cards. Key characters from the series, including Cerberus, Tomoyo Daidoji, and Shaoran Lai, are confirmed to appear, rendered in charming mini-character designs. Brief profiles are included for Sakura Kinomoto and Ichiro Mihara, the game's producer from Arika. The overall presentation clearly builds excitement for fans looking forward to interacting with Sakura and her friends in a new video game adventure. This page presents a striking feature on the Cardcaptor Sakura PlayStation game adaptation. Dominating the spread is a stunning illustration of Sakura Kinomoto in a radiant yellow battle costume with white wings and boots, accompanied by her small guardian, Cerberus, Kero. Titled Scoop 1, the page announces a special commemorative discussion regarding the PlayStation adaptation of Cardcaptor Sakura. The conversation is highlighted as being between Sakura Kinomoto, the protagonist of the series, and Ichiro Mihara, the producer of the PS version from developer Arika. This suggests an in-depth look into the game's development and vision, potentially offering insights from both the character's perspective, represented conceptually, and the producers. The artwork reinforces the magical and adventurous tone fans expect from the series. This page kicks off part 1 of a special feature dedicated to the upcoming Cardcaptor Sakura game hitting the PlayStation. Following its massive popularity in manga and anime, the series is getting its own game adaptation, and this piece promises to deliver the freshest details. Highlighting the feature is a special discussion set up by the magazine, featuring none other than the protagonist Sakura Kinomoto herself, joining producer Ichiro Mihara from Arika, the studio developing the game. The game is described as having a feel close to an RPG, where players will guide Sakura through events and minigames to seal the scattered Clow cards. The main story centers around Sakura and her guardian beast, Cerberus, Kero, on their card-capturing adventure. Familiar faces from the series, including Tomoyo Daidoji and Shaoran Lee, are confirmed to make appearances, with the piece noting that many characters from the original work and anime will be included. The page also includes small profile boxes for both Sakura and Mr. Mihara, setting the stage for their unique conversation about the game. Screenshots give a glimpse of the gameplay, showing an isometric view that looks like a town exploration segment, and a side view scene possibly from an event or battle. This looks like a promising adaptation, bringing the world of Cardcaptor Sakura to PlayStation. This page continues the special interview feature on the upcoming Cardcaptor Sakura game for PlayStation, featuring the protagonist Sakura Kinomoto and producer Ichiro Mihara from Arika. The conversation delves into the development process. Mihara explains that he was initially inspired to make the game after hearing about the Cardcaptor Sakura manga from the creators, Clamp, feeling it had strong potential for an RPG. He notes that it was a challenge for Arika, as they hadn't previously worked on character-focused games. He recounts a humorous anecdote about Clamp, suggesting ideas ranging from a shooting game to a fighting game, before ultimately expressing interest in a private 4-player game. Sakura expresses relief that it didn't become a fighting game, admitting she's scared of fighting despite being good at sports. The page also includes a section where Cerberus, the guardian beast known as Kero-chan, takes the stage to introduce the world of Cardcaptor Sakura. He highlights that the game is based on the popular series, which originated as a manga, serialized in Kodansha's Nakayoshi magazine, and also has an anime adaptation airing on NHK-BS2. The game specifically draws from the anime version. A small photo shows Mr. Mihara and a Sakura doll sitting at a low table in a unique tatami room within Arika's office. Producer Ichiro Mihara discusses the development of the Cardcaptor Sakura PlayStation game. Adapting the popular manga presented challenges, especially with its dedicated audience. Arika aimed for a unique Arika flavor, much like in Tetris. Mihara enjoyed the manga and other Clamp works. The project began after Mihara heard about the manga from Clamp. Initial ideas were difficult to conceptualize, until a trial version provided a clear direction. Early concepts included Sakura in her school uniform, using her baton for defense, and pajamas for capturing cards. A Kero-chan check section features Kero-chan reflecting on a nostalgic game scene. A photo of Mihara and a Kero-chan doll playing highlights the game's fun, with the desire to create an original anime also mentioned. This page continues the interview with producer Ichiro Mihara about the Cardcaptor Sakura PlayStation game. Mihara discusses the challenge of adapting the popular series, highlighting the need for a strong partner. He confirms watching the anime adaptation, enjoying how it respected the original work, and found it purely fun even as an adult. When asked about favorite characters in the anime, he mentions the cheering squad teacher, Kimura-sensei. He confirms the game is based on the anime version, planning to incorporate its visual charm, including the opening animation, and hopes to create original anime content within the game. Mihara keeps the game's genre a secret, leading to a playful exchange. A photo shows Mihara with a Kero doll, captioned with his dedication to making the game 120% enjoyable for fans. The goal is declared to make the game playable for everyone, from Nakayoshi magazine readers to young gamers. Controls are simple, primarily using directional buttons and the circle button, even in battle scenes. Kero will provide hints during gameplay. Capturing cloud cards, each with attributes, can be challenging, described as a life test. The game will include content not seen in the anime, and utilize both the PlayStation and the portable Pocket Station, with Mihara expressing a desire to fully utilize the Pocket Station's capabilities. This page continues the interview with producer Ichiro Mihara about the Cardcaptor Sakura PlayStation game. The conversation touches on the game's portability via the Pocket Station, envisioned as letting players feel like they are carrying Sakura merchandise with them everywhere. While a release date isn't confirmed, Mihara hopes to launch the game at the perfect time for fans. There's a fun moment where the interviewer, framed as Sakura, playfully asks about Mihara's name sharing the same surname as a character in the series. Excitement is building for the game, particularly seeing beloved characters like Sakura, Kero, and Tomoyo appear in adorable chibi forms, with Kero himself reportedly looking forward to the game. A dedicated section highlights the Pocket Station integration, allowing players to transfer character voices, including Sakura, Tuya, and Yukito, for functions like time signals, enhancing the feeling of having the characters with you. The page teases the next installment of the interview, promising a comprehensive discussion about the game featuring Clamp, the original creators, alongside producer Mihara. This page announces the exciting news that Seraphim Call is being adapted into an anime. This project, which gained popularity as a reader participation feature in the magazine, is finally coming to life. The character designs are handled by the renowned Kurehito Misaki. The anime will feature an original story centering around 11 charismatic girls, set in the same world as the original concept. Get ready for these angels to return in a new form. Visuals on the page include a large, vibrant illustration showcasing the many characters in various poses, highlighting their distinct looks and personalities. There are also images of collectible figures based on the characters, hinting at upcoming merchandise. A smaller illustration depicts one of the characters with ethereal wings, emphasizing the Seraphim theme. The magazine is also planning a year-long series of cover illustrations featuring the different heroines, drawn by Kurehito Misaki. The page is filled with anticipation for the anime's debut. This page continues the exciting news regarding the Seraphim Call anime adaptation. Presented as Scoop 2, this section is a rapid report on the animation of the magazine's original project. The main focus here is a reveal of the character designs, handled by Nanane's AOI. The page features a large, vibrant illustration showcasing many of the different characters from the series, giving readers a detailed look at the visual style they can expect in the upcoming anime. Feather motifs are prominent throughout the artwork, reinforcing the Seraphim theme. This page excitedly announces the official start of the Seraphim Call anime adaptation. Responding to passionate fan support, the beloved project featuring 11 angels is making a fresh return. The anime will keep the original setting and showcase an original story centered around the charming heroines. Nanase Aoe is confirmed to handle the character designs, just as fans hoped. Further details will be revealed in upcoming issues, so stay tuned. As a special commemoration of the anime launch, they are offering a super rare figure set of Huracan, featuring both a mascot figure and a real figure, as a giveaway. These are non-sale items, making them quite the collector's piece. Adding to the excitement, the magazine cover will feature a different Seraphim Call heroine each month for a full year, all beautifully illustrated by Nane's Akwai. This is a great way to see all the characters. The launch of the anime project is clearly a big deal, and the magazine is inviting fans to send in their support and ideas. This page announces a grand giveaway event to celebrate the magazine's renewal. Readers are encouraged to apply using the postcard found on page 162 by the February 25th deadline for a chance to win some fantastic prizes. The selection covers a wide range of popular series and collectible items. Highlights include a poster for the classic visual novel To Heart, the PlayStation game Kaitu Ranmamasa, and posters for True Story and Guardian Recall. Fans of fighting games might be interested in the SNK calendar. There are also some highly sought-after items, like a life-size standee of Akari from Battle Athletes, known as Dai Undukai GTO in Japan, and a poster featuring the same character. For collectors of art and autographs, the giveaway includes original and reproduced illustrations by artists like Mu and Sugiyama Gensho, plus signed boards by various artists including Nanase Aoi, who fans will recognize from character designs, and voice actors from Kaitu Ranmamasa and Guardian Recall. It's a superb collection of goods for dedicated fans of these series and the magazine's featured artists. This page continues the massive giveaway celebrating the magazine's renewal, showcasing an impressive array of prizes for dedicated fans. On offer are unique collectibles like a plush mascot from Sengoku Turb, a Mac version of Neon Genesis Evangelion, Girlfriend of Steel, and even a store demo video for Evangelion. Fans of classic visual novels and RPGs have plenty to look forward to, with good sets for Lunar, Magic School, a combined set for Lunar and Slayers, and items for titles like Tokimeki Poyakyo, Friends, Favorite Dear With You, Sentimental Journey, Reni Kuhosei, and Missing, including posters, telephone cards, and event handouts. There are also prizes related to games such as Black/Matrix, and figures from Seraphim Call. For strategy fans, there's a prize related to superhero operations, which ties into the popular Super Robot Wars series, and even a signed board from voice actors involved with Ryuki Densho. The page highlights several large prize bundles, particularly for Sentimental Graffiti and Sentimental Journey. These comprehensive sets are packed with various collectibles, including trading cards, figures of different sizes, posters, small character items, and other merchandise, offering fans a chance to acquire a significant collection of goods from these beloved series. This page continues the massive giveaway celebrating the magazine's renewal, presenting a diverse collection of merchandise for fans across various genres. Konami is well represented with coveted items from their iconic Tokimeki Memorial series, featuring clear files, coasters, key holders, pins, and a special Christmas plate. Fans of their classic shooter Twinbee can vie for a unique Zippo lighter, while players of the PlayStation RPG Mitsumite Night R might win a calendar or tapestry. There's also merchandise from Konami's Doki Doki Pretty League Baseball dating sim. The page also showcases prizes from other memorable late 90s titles. You can find stand pops featuring Ruri Hoshino from the Martian successor Nadesico universe, poster and mousepad sets from the popular Super Real Mahjong series, specifically P6 and P7, and goods from the Eberouge Racing Simulation game, including the PlayStation version, and a card case. Visual novel enthusiasts can compete for a complete trading card set from the critically acclaimed White Album, or a trading card box from Sonata. TGL contributes a bundle of goods featuring their titles, like Guardian's Sword. Finally, there are prizes for Roommate W, soundtrack CD and the Saturn version of the game, items from Kaze no Oka Kuende, telephone cards and postcards, and a set for the PCFX title Go, Princess. This page truly offers a nostalgic trip through some of the defining games of the era. This page continues the magazine's major giveaway, featuring a wealth of prizes for fans of late 90s Japanese games. Among the top items are full copies of games like the PlayStation RPG Marl Kingdom, the Puppet Princess, the Nintendo 64 dating sim Getter Love, the PlayStation visual novel Kuon no Kizuna, and the PlayStation dating sim Refrain Love 2. Beyond the games themselves, there's a wide array of collectible merchandise. Fans can vie for posters from titles like Sorceress, Stabber Orphan, and Bluebreaker, as well as various postcard and telephone card sets from series including Bluebreaker, Sentimental Journey, Reshin Kitai Lil Cat, Kuon no Kizuna, and Eternal Fantasy Ensemble. Calendars are also featured, including one for the classic strategy series Langrisser, and a pre-order bonus calendar for First Kiss Monogatari, a game also represented by an official memorial book and a signed anthology comic. Mahjong game fans aren't left out, with prizes from Janyuki 99 and Umibe de Reach. There are also trading cards from Welcome to Pia Carrot, and unique items, like a lucky bag and hologram sticker from Revive. A particularly sought-after prize is a set of signed illustration boards from artist Masahide Yanagisawa, known for character designs in games like Sentimental Journey. The sheer variety reflects the diverse landscape of Japanese gaming during this period. This page features a character pickup, highlighting this month's recommended beautiful girl. The spotlight is on Rina from the upcoming romance AVG titled Wish. Tentative. The text describes Rina as a first-year middle school student who is still rather childish and a bit of a crybaby, but also a surprisingly skilled, assertive, Lolita-type beautiful girl. The prominent headline asks, "Will you become my younger sister?" The artwork depicts Rina in various poses and outfits, including a pink and white sailor-style dress and a black dress where she holds a small blue creature. For more details on the game, readers are directed to page 66. This page continues the Character Pickup series, showcasing this month's recommended beautiful girl. The focus is on Haruka Kasuga, the heroine from the PlayStation game Cyber Great Strategy. Sortie, Haruka Team. The text highlights her eyes, which hide a fierce fighting spirit, declaring, "I wanted to meet a girl like this." Set in near-future Japan, Haruka is a beautiful girl who battles network crime, while acknowledging the appeal of gentle and calm characters. The article emphasizes that a sharp and capable girl like Haruka is also charming, praising her slightly mature atmosphere. Readers interested in learning more about the game are directed to page 106. The page features a large illustration of Haruka looking intense. This page showcases new CD releases from the Cytron label, focusing on popular game series audio content from the late 90s. Featured prominently are two drama creeds based on Eternal Fantasy Ensemble, Yukyu Gensokyoku Ensemble. Volume 1 covers a story arc involving a lively festival contest in the seemingly quiet town of Enfield, promising hijinks from the familiar cast. It includes unbroadcast scenarios from the original game drama and comes with a bonus Super Picture disc. Volume 2 continues the radio drama adaptation, also featuring a Super Picture disc. Alongside these, two character creds from the Eternal Fantasy series are highlighted. Volume 7 featuring the character Child, and Volume 8 featuring Alvelt, each containing their character songs and theme music, plus karaoke tracks. Finally, the page promotes a compilation CD in the Fantastic Character series covering Princess Maker Pocket Daisakusen and Go Go Princess. This release is substantial, featuring character songs performed by the game's voice actors, theme songs, and a total of 57 tracks, including numerous karaoke versions, offering a comprehensive audio experience for fans of these strategy and simulation titles. These releases allow players to further immerse themselves in the worlds of their favorite games through music and drama. This page from the March 1999 issue of DGK G's magazine features a prominent cover illustration highlighting titles like With You, alongside a scoop covering sequel information for Sentimental Graffiti, and features on popular games such as Friends. The contents list outlines a variety of features, including coverage of Cardcaptor Sakura, a special on NEC Interchannel's New Year collection, in-depth looks at both the PlayStation game and the anime adaptation of To Heart, and a segment on White Album. There's also an introduction to a new reader participation project, centered around the adorable sisters of Sister Princess. The page visually breaks down some key features. A section dedicated to Heart showcases characters like Akari, and highlights a thorough introduction to the charms of both the PS game and its anime counterpart, including details on the game's opening sequence and production materials. This feature is spread across pages 52 and 58. Another section introduces the Sister Princess project, describing it as a new reader-involved initiative featuring cute sisters designed by Naoto Tenhiro, found on page 137. The bottom of the page lists credits for the artwork and design, as well as the platforms covered by the magazine, including PlayStation, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, and Windows PC. This page dives into NEC Interchannel's lineup, heavily featuring popular dating simulation and character games. Dominating the page is the artwork for Sentimental Graffiti My Only Love, noting its feature on page 24, with an undecided release date. Below that, a scene from Friends, Seishun no Kagayaki is shown, scheduled for coverage on page 26 for the Sega Saturn. The large central text highlights NEC Interchannel. Further down, the page points to Favorite Dear for PlayStation on page 44, accompanied by character art. The accompanying text explains that this feature covers 4 key character games from NEC Interchannel, including the highly popular With You, spanning a significant 26 pages, starting with the newly announced Sentimental Graffiti and the now dated Friends. This page serves as the vibrant cover for the magazine's New Year Collection 99 feature. It prominently advertises a substantial 26-page special focusing on 4 key titles. The main artwork features 2 anime-style characters, one with glasses wearing a multicolored outfit, and another in white. An inset image confirms that the game with Yu Mitsumede Itai is part of this feature, specifically noting its coverage on page 40 for the Sega Saturn platform. This page sets the stage for the deep dive into the notable character-focused games from NEC Interchannel highlighted across the next several pages, including the previously mentioned Sentimental Graffiti, Friends, and Favorite Dear, with You being the 4th primary title. This page delivers exciting news for fans, announcing that the sequel to the popular dating simulation game, Sentimental Graffiti, is officially in production. The large headline boldly states that the original 12 beautiful girls are coming back. The new title is revealed as Sentimental Graffiti, My Only Love. Developed by NEC Interchannel and categorized as a dating sim SLG, details like the release date and price are currently undecided, with development noted to be 10% complete. Character design is credited to Tomohisa Kai. The page is dominated by vibrant artwork featuring several of the series' memorable female characters. The green text at the bottom, Futatabi, meaning again, perfectly captures the essence of this announcement, promising the return of the beloved cast. This reveal is a significant highlight within the magazine's feature on key NEC Interchannel titles. This page provides further details on the previously announced sequel, Sentimental Graffiti, My Only Love. It explicitly states that this is the complete sequel to the Sega Saturn version of the original game. While platform and specific game system details remain unclear at this point, the story picks up immediately after the first game's ending, with the main narrative beginning a year later. Fans will be pleased to know that the beloved cast of 12 main girls returns, and most of the original voice actors will reprise their roles, with one noted exception due to retirement. Character design is once again handled by the talented Tomohisa Kai. The vibrant artwork showcases several of the series' iconic female characters. The text at the bottom, The 12 Doors Open, subtly hints at the various story paths centered around these heroines. This page serves as an enticing teaser, promising more comprehensive details about My Only Love in the magazine's next issue. This page features the Sega Saturn port of the visual novel, Friends Shining Youth. Fans who have been waiting patiently can finally look forward to its release on April 8th. The game is confirmed to be 99% complete. This page acts as a final preview, highlighting the game's many fun events by walking through key moments. The artwork showcases several of the main characters in a bright, outdoor setting. Developed likely by Fairy Tail and published by NEC Interchannel, with character designs by Toru Mizutani, it looks set to deliver plenty of story and character interactions. Friends, a visual novel about a middle school reunion, is guided by 3 key elements. Players navigate the story as 10 friends reconnect a week after graduation. First, time is crucial, with events and character interactions changing based on the morning, afternoon, and night cycles. Second, exploration is vital. Players move between the Blue Forest Pension and the Seryoko Plateau, visiting locations like the tennis court and shrine to trigger events. Third, player choices shape the narrative. Interacting with specific characters and making dialogue choices influences their feelings and story paths. The guide also notes a second bonus disc containing high-resolution event images and an original drama CD, providing extra content for fans. The next page dives deeper into the itinerary for the visual novel Friends, detailing specific events across the first 3 days of the middle school reunion. Days 1 and 2 are primarily designated as free action. After an initial meeting where the late arrival of a member, Manatsu Inuno, is noted, Day 2 offers players the freedom to explore different locations within the Blue Forest Pension and Seryoko Plateau areas, interacting with various characters at their leisure. This period of exploration allows players to trigger unique character events. In the evening, everyone regroups at the pension for another meeting, where the plans for Day 3 are discussed and decided. Day 3 shifts focus to group activities, specifically tennis and playing in the river. Following a tennis session, the protagonist, Funio, suggests going to the river with Manatsu, who apparently got a sunburn on her legs. Seizing the chance to see the girls in swimsuits, Funio extends the invitation, leading to the entire group heading to the river for a swim. The page highlights the visual appeal of the characters in their swimwear, and notes how the relaxed setting encourages even quieter girls to become more lively. The illustrations prominently feature the characters enjoying their time by the river, emphasizing the fan service aspect, with captions pointing out the dazzling swimsuits and specific character features. The visual novel Friends Reunion continues with a detailed itinerary. Day 4 offers tennis, independent exploration, and a Test of Courage event, a nighttime activity where boys and girls pair up in a spooky shrine setting. Day 5 is a riverside barbecue, featuring food prepared by the female characters, and optional fishing. Day 6 culminates in the Cooling Down Fireworks Festival, a key romantic opportunity. Players who have deepened relationships can invite a girl to watch fireworks, while enjoying the sight of the female cast in yukata. The review highlights the potential for romantic feelings to shift, along with imagery of the characters enjoying these activities. Mizuho Kobayakawa, a former tennis club member and the protagonist's first love from the visual novel Friends, is revisited at a class reunion. She's matured, but retains familiar aspects. Illustrations highlight key moments: Mizuho's contemplative state by the water, suggesting a melancholic undertone, a scene hinting at potential marriage thoughts, and her reliance on the protagonist for support. The final scene depicts her collapsing from heatstroke during tennis, emphasizing a physical vulnerability. The text also describes a surprising event during a boat ride on the 5th day, where Mizuho falls into the lake. She then dramatically removes her wet dress in front of the protagonist. This unexpected act creates a new intimacy and further complicates their relationship. This page continues highlighting events from the visual novel Friends, focusing on interactions with Mizuho Kobayakawa. The main illustration depicts the protagonist and another male character visiting Mizuho in bed, relating to the description on the previous page about visiting her after her collapse on the tennis court. Below, smaller panels illustrate specific moments linked to different days. The panel marked Day 3 shows Mizuho in bed. Accompanying text confirms this is visiting her at the pension after the tennis incident, and noting she seems okay. Panels marked Day 5 cover various scenes from a date with Mizuho. One shows her in a field, described as a dreamlike first date walking together. Another depicts her stumbling and falling onto the protagonist, described as a doki, 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 heart-pounding, happening. The final Day 5 panels show Mizuho on a boat, enjoying the ride, and reaching out to a swan. The large text prominently declares, "Happy-looking Mizuho." Immediately after this, a happening, directly referencing the dramatic events on the lake, including the previously mentioned fall into the water and its aftermath, which occur right after this seemingly peaceful moment on the boat. The page serves to visually reinforce the key narrative points about Mizuho's route, particularly the significant events of Day 3 and Day 5. This page continues the coverage of the visual novel Friends, focusing on the events surrounding Mizuho Kobayakawa on Day 5 of her route. The top left image dramatically depicts the moment Mizuho, having lost her balance, falls into the lake from the boat, with text emphasizing the urgency to save her. Following this incident, the middle right image shows Mizuho inside a cabin, wringing out her long, wet hair while wearing her soaking dress. The accompanying text notes the concern she might catch a cold and her potential embarrassment about removing her wet clothing, visually reinforced by the large red text, stating she is taking off her wet one-piece. Finally, the bottom illustration shifts the mood, showing the protagonist and a now composed and smiling Mizuho relaxing together outdoors, enjoying the sunset. Text here describes her happily talking, seemingly forgetting the passage of time, signifying her recovery from the earlier mishap. The page effectively illustrates the sequence of events on Day 5, transitioning from unexpected drama to a peaceful, happy moment, highlighting a key part of Mizuho's character arc in the game. This page features Ayu Wakabayashi, highlighting her role as the protagonist's childhood friend. Although they grew up together, and the protagonist may not initially see her romantically, she seems genuinely happy when they are together. Despite their conversations often turning into playful arguments, there's a sense of an unseen bond between them. The page details potential date events with Ayu, including energetic fun playing in the river, and a special date at a farm, which is noted as something she surprisingly suggests. This farm date can involve trying to milk a cow and enjoying freshly made soft cream together, making for a fulfilling day. The accompanying images show scenes from different days: stargazing on Day 1, waiting for the protagonist on Day 2, and enjoying river play in a sporty swimsuit also on Day 2. Day 5 focuses on the farm date, depicting her nervous attempt at milking a cow and her satisfied expression while eating ice cream, marking the date as a great success. This content is part of the NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99 feature, showcasing key moments with characters from their visual novel lineup. This page shifts focus to Makoto Tokuno, presented as part of the same NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99 feature. Makoto arrives a day later than the others at the Kuya Highlands. The article highlights her significant transformation. She was a quiet, inconspicuous girl in middle school, but became a flashy, model type after starting high school and taking up a modeling job. This change wasn't just external, but also affected her personality. Despite the protagonist's initial shock, she harbors inner conflicts about who she has become. Screenshots throughout the page depict various moments. On day 2, we see a close-up of Makoto looking surprised. Day 3 shows her in sporty attire, hinting at her need to protect her skin due to modeling, with a note about her skirt. Day 4 includes scenes on a cafe terrace, where having tea feels like a dream, and an encounter with an unwelcome guy who has been bothering her since middle school, showing her obvious annoyance. Another image from day 4 might relate to her concerns about tan lines. On day 5, she's shown eating a snack and later at a barbecue where the persistent guy continues to cause trouble. Interestingly, on day 5, the persistent guy leaves a letter and disappears, and Makoto shows concern, revealing her underlying kindness. The page explores Makoto's evolving character and the challenges she faces during the time spent at the Highlands. This page introduces Saeki Kanako, another character featured in the NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99. Kanako is presented as a junior to the protagonist and a fellow club member who has come to Kuya Highlands primarily because she's interested in Ryusuke. Initially, her attention is solely on Ryusuke, and she openly discusses her feelings for him, seeking to understand him better. Screenshots across the page depict her journey. On day 1, she's shown under the stars talking about Ryusuke. Day 3 highlights her attempt to make cookies for Ryusuke, learning from Momoko, and the subsequent distress she experiences, possibly related to Ryusuke's reaction or rejection, leading to the cookie incident. Day 4 shows her visibly upset about this, with Ryusuke seemingly trying to comfort her. However, amidst her focus on Ryusuke, she starts to develop feelings for the protagonist. By day 5, her smile has returned, and she gets a special date with the protagonist at the amusement park, marking a shift in her romantic focus and posing the question, "Ryusuke is my rival?" The page effectively conveys her emotional arc from being fixated on one person to potentially finding romance with the protagonist. This page introduces Akiyama Midori, another character featured in the NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99. Midori was Yosuke's girlfriend in middle school, part of the same tennis club, but they broke up because of his womanizing ways. Despite the breakup, Midori still harbors feelings for him and hopes to get back together during the reunion. The text and screenshots detail her emotional journey. Midori attempts to talk to Yosuke early on, day 1, but his attitude remains unchanged. She is shown distressed and crying in front of the protagonist, day 1, struggling with her feelings for Yosuke. A dramatic screenshot on day 3 shows her alone on a bridge, deep in thought, suggesting her despair. On day 5, she confides in the protagonist at a cafe, seemingly realizing Yosuke might be interested in another character, Mizuho. Amidst sorting out her feelings, day 5, Midori spontaneously kisses the protagonist, hinting at a shift in her affections. By the final day, day 6, she attends the fireworks festival with the protagonist, displaying a genuine smile, and also appears to resolve her past with Yosuke, deciding to be friends. The page highlights her transition from fixating on a past love to potentially finding a new connection with the protagonist. This page introduces Ogata Shizuka, another character featured in the NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99. In middle school, she was a talented member of a club, but disappeared before the final tournament, leading to the club's defeat. The page questions why she has returned for the reunion. Shizuka initially struggles to express herself or apologize for the past, but the protagonist, Ryusuke, helps her break the ice by suggesting a toast on the first day. His screenshots track her development. Day 1 shows her shyly making a toast. Day 2 depicts her looking comfortable and mature at a bar. The page highlights her journey from solitude to companionship through various scenes. On day 5, she is shown in a bar with another character, Susumu, with a caption pondering if kindred spirits are drawn together. Other images show her in an open-air bath on day 4, revealing an unexpected side, and seemingly skilled at cooking on day 5, reinforcing the idea that people aren't always what they seem. Shizuka's story seems to explore overcoming past regrets and finding new connections during the reunion event. This page introduces Aoki Momoko, another character from the NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99 game series. Momoko is working at the pension where the protagonist and other reunion members are staying. She carries a past hurt from a broken engagement and has come to the Starfall Highlands area to heal. The page highlights how the protagonist can grow closer to Momoko by interacting with her separately from the main group. This involves helping her with things like shopping and spending time talking to her at the pension. As she becomes more comfortable, she will open up about herself and her secrets. The narrative emphasizes that Momoko is vulnerable and needs support and someone to watch over her. Screenshots depict various moments, having tea and learning about her on day 3, showing her slightly nervous or resistant to opening up, and also showing her guiding the protagonist to a favorite spot. The progression leads to the final night on day 6, where the prospect of parting ways brings complex feelings. The overall story centers on helping Momoko heal her heart and developing a love story during the summer resort stay. This page introduces Murata Miyuki, another character from the NEC Interchannel Kuya Collection 99 series. Miyuki grew up in the countryside, but harbors a very strong desire to move to the city. She's constantly checking on tourists visiting the Starfall Highlands, looking for someone who might take her away. This ambition drives her actions, which the text notes is a significant matter for her, even if it seems a bit unusual or risky. The page shows different moments with Miyuki. On day 4, she's depicted first looking determined, or maybe a little intense, with the caption commenting on her scary focus. Later on day 4, a screenshot shows her pure joy while looking at a giant parfait, highlighting her more typical girlish side. Day 5 features her demonstrating surprising skill at a claw game, easily winning prizes. The most dramatic event shown is on day 6, where Miyuki takes the protagonist to an unpopular cave, seemingly to confirm her feelings about heading to Tokyo. This situation leads to a bold moment where she begins to take off her clothes in front of the protagonist, emphasizing just how far her intense desire for a different life pushes her. The large vertical text sums it up. Her desire for Tokyo makes her bold. This page introduces the romance adventure game With You, announced for the Sega Saturn. The game is highlighted as a big hit, AVG, centered on the theme of bonds, and is generating significant buzz following its port announcement. The article provides a look at new visuals, details about the game system, and story information. A prominent character featured is Naruse Manami, described as a girl who is reunited with the protagonist after 6 years. Manami moved to Myanmar due to her parents' circumstances, but appears to have secretly held onto the desire to see the protagonist again. The game is being developed by NEC Interchannel, with character design handled by Hashimoto Takashi. It's listed as 50% complete, with the release date and price yet to be decided. Like the title featured on the previous page, this indicates NEC Interchannel's focus on adventure games for the Saturn platform. This page continues the feature on the Sega Saturn romance adventure game With You. The focus is on the game's core concept, which revolves around a triangular relationship between the protagonist and his 2 childhood friends, Manami Naruse and Naori Hikawa. Naori Hikawa is introduced, described as a childhood friend who has always been by the protagonist's side, acting like an older sister, and secretly harboring feelings for him. The article highlights that the story centers on the numerous events involving these 2 heroines, illustrating how conversations and experiences together will transform the relationships from mere childhood friendships into potential romance. Several event scenes are showcased through screenshots. One shows Manami presenting a mysterious pendant purchased in Myanmar. Another captures a close, potentially awkward moment between the protagonist and Naori on a crowded train, causing them both to blush. A cooking scene reveals that Naori, despite appearances, is better at cooking than Manami. There is also a flashback depicting Manami as a child, being a crybaby who the protagonist often comforted. The page emphasizes the emotional journey players will experience as feelings evolve. The next page delves deeper into the system of the Sega Saturn adventure game With You, highlighting its multi-scenario structure driven by player choices. The core narrative branches significantly based on interactions with the 2 main heroines, Manami Naruse and Naori Hikawa, as mentioned previously. Key to this system is the Kizuna parameter, or bond parameter, which visually represents the protagonist's connection with each heroine. This parameter changes based on the player's actions and dialogue choices, and is indicated by the color of a pendant displayed on screen. Red signifies a stronger bond with Naori, while blue indicates a stronger bond with Manami. These bond levels directly influence the story's progression and which of the distinct paths the player will follow. The game warns players to choose carefully, as incorrect decisions can lead to a premature game over, emphasizing the importance of navigating relationships thoughtfully to achieve a favorable outcome with your chosen heroine. The artwork reinforces this central theme, posing the question to the player, who will you choose? This page delves into the emotional story of With You Mitsumete Itai, providing a digest of the prologue, which sets the stage for the game's 5 chapters. The story begins with the protagonist's everyday life, introducing classmates Yuko and Miko, and his sister who brings him lunch during the day. Significant events in the prologue include an unexpected meeting with Naori during a sudden rain shower on the way home from school, where she shares her umbrella. The story also features a senior from the track club, Masashi, who appears after school. The prologue culminates in a shocking reunion with Manami, after 6 years, an event that kickstarts the main narrative. Flashback sequences also play a role, showing past events that weigh on the protagonist's mind. As new characters are introduced throughout the scenario, their profiles are displayed via stylish cutons. 2 key characters introduced are Naori Hikawa, a quiet but strong-willed childhood friend who dreams of being a nursery school teacher, and Miyako Shigaraki, nicknamed Miyako-chan, a high-spirited and cheerful classmate. The page highlights the significance of these early encounters and introductions in shaping the story that follows. This page introduces the PlayStation simulation game Favorite Dear. Prominently featured are 2 female characters from the game's cast, alongside the title logo and a thematic quote. The game is described as a full-scale simulation RPG, featuring a large number of beautiful girl characters. The article highlights the diverse range of characters players will encounter and potentially recruit or interact with, including angels, fairies, and hero candidates who play significant roles in the game's story and mechanics. In addition to showcasing the characters, the page provides strategic information and tips to help players navigate the game effectively. It confirms the game is for the PlayStation console, developed by NEC Interchannel, with character design by Satoko Nakamura, and was scheduled for release on February 25th for 5,800 yen. This page delves further into the PlayStation simulation game Favorite Dear, focusing on the support characters available to the player, who acts as an angel guiding heroes. It reinforces the game's premise, restoring peace to the world of infos by strategically sending chosen heroes to resolve various events. The core gameplay involves selecting from 12 hero candidates and deciding which ones are best suited for the diverse challenges that arise, ranging from monster attacks to more mundane issues. Featured prominently are 4 key heavenly characters who assist the player. Gabriel, one of the archangels who provides guidance. Ramiel, who oversees matters of life and death and can help with fallen heroes. Titania, the queen of fairies with ties to the heavenly realm. And Raziel, who manages the Flow Treasure Palace and sells essential items. The page also includes a screenshot showing the game's world map and an event notification illustrating how incidents impact the world's peace level. These support characters are crucial resources for the player, offering aid when heroes need weapons or even revival after death. This DGK G's magazine page covers the PlayStation simulation game Favorite Dear. The game focuses on an angel guiding heroes, aided by fairies. Players choose 2 support fairies from a selection of 4. These fairies report events, like monster sightings, and can participate in battles. The page highlights 2 fairies. Shelly, a lively and enthusiastic fairy in a pink katir outfit, and Lily, a graceful but lazy fairy in a leopard print outfit. The page also emphasizes the importance of understanding the heroes. Building trust and gaining cooperation requires interacting with heroes through conversation, visits, and gifts. These interactions directly impact the hero's willingness to accept missions and strengthen relationships. Screenshots illustrate these interactions, showing dialogue and gift-giving interfaces. The next page delves deeper into the world of Favorite Dears, introducing the remaining 2 of the 4 support fairies. Meet Rosa, a responsible and serious fairy who isn't afraid to speak her mind, even to you, the angel. She's a bit of a perfectionist and likes to appear cool. Then there's Florida, the easygoing fairy who always shows up in adorable costumes, like the rabbit one seen here, and possibly a cat one too. Although she's serious at heart, her relaxed way of speaking makes her seem less tense. The core focus shifts to the battle system. While you, as the angel, cannot directly fight, you play a crucial support role. Battles occur when the hero encounters enemies. You can send your chosen support fairies to fight alongside the hero. Additionally, you can use support magic, such as healing or defense buffs, to aid the hero during combat. This support magic consumes AP, or almighty points, so managing these points is key to ensuring the hero can continue fighting. The page includes screenshots showing the menu for selecting which fairies accompany the hero, and a view of the battle interface where support magic is used. It also mentions that you can strengthen heroes before battle by providing them with weapons or armor acquired from heaven. This page introduces the roster of potential heroes in the game, confirming there are a total of 12 candidates, with the players selecting up to 6 to aid in restoring world peace. Success depends on building strong communication and trust with these chosen heroes. As trust deepens, advantageous situations arise, and romantic relationships may even develop if the hero is of the opposite gender. The page features several of these hero candidates, providing a glimpse into their personalities and roles. There's Archbladeleg, a pampered princess who yearns for adventure and escapes the palace life. Griffin is the leader of a bandit group, rough around the edges but troubled by the death of his younger sister. Ryudril Anglain was raised by dragons and can communicate with monsters, often serving in a priestly role but dislikes strenuous tasks. Diane Alvis possesses extensive knowledge of medicinal herbs and is a trusted physician, but also capable of committing cold-blooded murder based on his unique values. Yarwell Willing wants to adventure with the divine beast, rush and seek his father, but hesitates to leave his mother alone. Reve Vincelis is a loyal leader of a knight order, devoted to training but lacking warmth as a person, and showing no interest in women. Fiona Eclia, despite her beauty, is a tomboy swordswoman whose hands move faster than her mouth, making a living as a bounty hunter with a strong obsession for money. This page continues the introduction of the potential heroes from Growlancer, showcasing 5 more of the 12 candidates available to join the player's quest. Picking up from the previous page's overview of the game's core mechanic of building trust and relationships, this page features Pisha Gray, a tomboy raised as a martial arts successor who is becoming self-conscious about her developing femininity. Shiva's folk gang, an arrogant, flirtatious aristocrat whose swordsmanship is nonetheless formidable. Felini McDill, a nature-loving minstrel aware of her destiny despite lacking courage against power. Nasadia, an alluringly mysterious dancer who travels the world with a love for alcohol and keeps her origins secret. And Tia Turngeli, a kind but overly cautious girl holding a hidden mysterious power that may reveal itself when she opens her heart. The page poses the question, which hero is to your liking, emphasizing the player's choice in assembling their team for the journey to restore world peace. This page showcases more characters and events from the classic RPG Growlancer, following up on the introduction of potential party members. The main illustration depicts the protagonist and another character perched on the massive skeleton of a beast. The page highlights specific character events, featuring Fiona, a determined female warrior, and Tia Turngeli, a character previously introduced. Fiona's section includes her portrait, and a quote, suggesting an event where she considers how she might thank someone named Ellen. Tia's event is detailed, revealing her connection to a fairy named Silfer, who has been with her for a long time. However, after Tia becomes a hero, she and Silfer drift apart, and eventually, the fairy suddenly disappears. This leads to Tia having disturbing dreams, and she turns to the protagonist, asking them to stay with her just for one night. A small image depicts Tia looking shocked as Silfer appears in her room. Finally, a portrait of another character, Arcia, is shown with text indicating an event where the protagonist accompanies her as a partner to her fiancé's party. These event snippets give a glimpse into the personal stories and relationship-building opportunities players can experience with the diverse cast of characters in Growlancer. The next page continues showcasing events, highlighting more character moments from the game. An illustration depicts Fiona being held, possibly in a flashback scene. Fiona's backstory is detailed, explaining her focus on money stems from a difficult past as an orphan who witnessed her parents' death, was raised by a church, and met Ellen, whom she wants to repay. Another image shows Fiona looking unwell. The page also features an event for Arcia, where she sneaks into her ex-fiancé's party and invites the protagonist to dance. A character portrait of Arcia is displayed. The majority of the page is dedicated to a direct interview with Mr. Tabeta from NEC Interchannel. He discusses upcoming titles, including the sequel to Sentes, which is planned to be a straightforward experience with a greater focus on the story rather than complex systems. He also talks about the development of Friends, noting its story grew significantly larger than initially planned.
Regarding with you on the Sega Saturn, Mr.
Beta addresses the state of the console market, but asserts Interchannel is maintaining a high production speed thanks to strong staff collaboration, resulting in high-quality work. Finally, he touches on their plans for the Dreamcast, indicating they will challenge new genres but expect 2D graphic titles to remain a core part of their lineup, stating the industry would be boring with only 3D games. This page is all about the PlayStation port of the classic visual novel, To Heart. The main visual features two of the series' beloved characters, Akari Kamigishi and Shiho Nagaoka, enjoying a winter scene and building a snowman, fitting the game's heartwarming tone. The big news front and center is the official release date announcement for the PlayStation version. The bold text loudly declares, "Release date decided!" and reveals the date is March 25th. A small red box of text provides more details, excitedly informing fans that the long-awaited PS version finally has a release date, and that spring will be all about To Heart. It's a direct announcement aimed squarely at fans eagerly anticipating the console release. The next page dives into more detail about the PlayStation version of To Heart, specifically highlighting the game's brand new opening movie. The large green text proudly proclaims, "First public release. This is the rumored opening movie." And the accompanying text explains that the PS version features an original opening movie. It showcases various character cuts from the movie, emphasizing that the warm and gentle feeling of the game is fully captured. The page includes several screenshots from this opening movie, showing characters like Akari Kamigishi, Shiho Nagaoka, and others in different scenes, including school settings and outdoor environments. A box reiterates key information for PS To Heart. It's a visual novel developed by Aquaplus, set for release on March 25th. The story section describes it as a heartwarming love story, set in a high school, unfolding through a school romance simulation style. The system section details that it's a visual novel where choices the protagonist makes branch the scenario. A notable feature for the PS version is full voice acting by the cast from the TV anime, and an improved system allowing players to visually identify characters on the map, making navigation less stressful. This page provides a big introduction to new visuals and messages from the PlayStation version of To Heart. It showcases two main characters, Akari Kamigishi and Shiho Nagaoka, with accompanying text snippets. The visuals feature Akari Kamigishi in two styles, one with her original long pigtails, and another revealing a new, shorter hairstyle. A message explains this is a surprising image change event where she cuts her hair, leading to a moment of awkward reaction from the protagonist. Shiho Nagaoka is shown winking, and later holding up a blue checkered blouse. The text describes a fun shopping trip with Shiho, highlighted as an original event specifically for the PlayStation version of the game. The scene includes dialogue, where Shiho tries on a blouse, and the protagonist suggests a different, perhaps less conventional one. These visuals give players a glimpse into some of the unique character moments and story events included in the PS release. This page introduces two new characters and original events for the PlayStation version of To Heart, highlighting a dramatic moment. The page features Himekawa Kokotone trapped in an elevator with the protagonist. Dialogue reveals Kokotone feeling breathless, leading to speculation about decreasing oxygen levels, a tense original event added to the PS release. Also featured is Matsubara Akoi, shown in her boxing training gear. The text describes her intense barrage of punches during a practice session, with the impact being felt even by the protagonist holding the sandbag. The page notes that original visuals for Agioi's training scene have been added, emphasizing the expanded content in the PS version. The next page focuses on two more characters and their scenes in the PlayStation version of To Heart. We see Remi Miyauchi, depicted first in her school uniform looking determined and saluting, then in bowling attire in action. The text highlights her intense focus while bowling, noting how she steps forward as if about to collapse but executes the throw perfectly, like a pro. It suggested she might be surprisingly skilled. A side note mentions this bowling scene with Remi is a new addition for the PS version, described as a fun date. The page also features Tomoko Hoshina. One image shows her near a building, perhaps the school, looking slightly troubled. Another is a close-up of her face, emphasizing her glasses. The accompanying text presents dialogue, starting with Tomoko sharply asking, "What is it? I'm in a hurry, you know." After the protagonist suggests just a little chat is okay, she pauses, glares silently, then looks away, sighs, and asks, "So what do you need?" This portrays her somewhat blunt and impatient demeanor. This page continues exploring the PlayStation version of To Heart, showcasing more characters and their new content.
The upper section features Sarika Kurusugawa.
A portrait shows her. An accompanying text presents a dialogue exchange where the protagonist encounters her. The conversation highlights Sarika's quiet nature, as she responds minimally. A note confirms that original events have been added for the taciturn Sarika in this version, though she remains a woman of few words.
The lower section focuses on Multi.
She is shown in an arcade setting, actively playing a game that appears to be air hockey. The text provides a glimpse into her interaction with the game, describing her as flustered and reacting clumsily to the approaching puck, which is returned at a surprisingly slow speed. A highlight is the announcement that new date events have been added specifically for the popular character Multis, promising excitement for her fans. This page presents new cuts from the TV anime adaptation of To Heart. It announces the grand reveal of these fresh animation frames, bringing fans the latest information about the highly anticipated series. The text provides details including scenes from the first episode and a look ahead at the story. It specifically highlights the impressive animation quality, stating it rivals that of an OVA and is expected to satisfy fans. The page features various screenshots from the anime, predominantly showcasing the main character, Akari Maekawa, in different settings, along with other characters like Shiho Nagaoka and Hiroyuki Fujita in a scene. A prominent line displayed is, "We'll be together forever." This page continues the focus on the TV anime adaptation of the visual novel To Heart, specifically detailing the first episode titled The Morning of Beginning. The episode's theme is seat change, revolving around the start of the new school year in September after summer vacation. The plot follows Akari Maekawa as she goes to school with Hiroyuki Fujita, her close friend since childhood. A class seating rearrangement is planned, and Akari hopes to get a seat next to Hiroyuki, although the method for changing seats meets some class opposition. The class representative, Tomoko, is in charge of the arrangements. The text highlights the anticipation of whether Akari will achieve her goal. The page confirms the TV broadcast will begin in April. It also mentions that familiar characters from the game, including Tomoko, Remi, and Masashi, will appear, urging viewers not to miss the first episode. The visuals include a charming illustration of young Akari and Hiroyuki playing together, referenced by a caption noting their long-standing friendship and Akari's happy expression. Another screenshot shows Akari, Hiroyuki, and Shiho Nagaoka in a school setting, emphasizing that the anime depicts school life, differentiating it from some aspects of the original game. A large illustration of Akari Maekawa holding a stapler or small camera dominates the right side of the page. This page continues the coverage of the To Heart TV anime adaptation, focusing on the character Multi. The page provides a profile for Multi stating, she is a first-year student with a height of 147 centimeters and is voiced by Yui Horii. The text explains that Multi is a prototype model of an assistant robot. It highlights her pure and gentle demeanor and expresses anticipation for her appearance in the anime, specifically mentioning expected scenes of her cleaning. The visuals include a full character illustration of Multi in her school uniform, line art depicting her from the back and side, a close-up headshot, and a collection of line art expressions showing her different moods. This provides a detailed look at the character's design and personality traits as they will appear in the anime. This page introduces G's Museum Volume 24, focusing on the critically acclaimed visual novel, White Album. Known as a popular PC game, this feature is set to delve deep into the world of White Album. The content promises a comprehensive showcase, including a complete collection of all 72 trading cards associated with the game. Beyond the collectibles, the section will also explore the game itself and provide detailed profiles for the 6 main heroines. The artwork on the page features 2 prominent characters from the series, hinting at the focus on the game's beloved cast. This page offers a detailed look into the visual novel White Album. It describes the game, from Leaf, known for works like To Heart, as a mature love simulation where the protagonist is dating a popular idol but struggles with the relationship's demands, leading him to seek comfort elsewhere. This creates a complex and often melancholic winter love story. The page introduces the 6 main characters: Yuki Morikawa, the protagonist's famous idol girlfriend; Misaki Sawakura, an older friend; Yayoi Shinozuka, Yuki's diligent manager; Rina Ogata, a talented rival idol; Mana Mizuki, a younger girl the protagonist tutors; and Haruka Kawashima, a longtime childhood friend. Character designs by Ryu are highlighted for their appealing look. Regarding the game itself, The feature notes the PC version's release, emphasizing its realistic story and beautiful visuals, characteristic of PC gaming at the time. It's marked as an adult title, 18+, with a challenging and emotional scenario. Information is also included about related music releases, specifically a single featuring the game's theme songs and another single featuring music by the character Yuki Morikawa, perfect for setting the winter mood. The page includes screenshots showing the game's dialogue scenes and event graphics. This page dives into the collectible side of the White Album experience, presenting the official trading cards. It describes the high-grade version cards as just released, noting they are made of durable plastic with a gorgeous finish. Beyond standard cards, there are limited edition bonuses for pre-orders, and special rare cards like Lucky and Holography versions that collectors could pull from packs, adding to the thrill of collecting this Winter Love Stories characters. The text even hints at the collectability level for enthusiasts.
The page showcases several examples of these cards. We see list cards featuring characters framed by CD imagery, present cards showing characters like Yuki and others in various outfits and poses, and the highly desirable Lucky and Holography cards. The Holography cards prominently feature main characters like Yuki Morikawa and Rina Ogata, displaying their character art with a special shimmering effect. A large central section reveals that some cards form a multi-card puzzle, featuring key characters like Yuki and potentially Haruka, making certain card numbers essential for completing a larger image. These cards allow fans to own and appreciate the appealing character designs highlighted on the previous page. This page delves deeper into the world of White Album collectibles, focusing on the two main heroines, Yuki Morikawa and Rina Ogata. It showcases examples of the various trading cards available, highlighting the different categories related to each character's story and appearance in the game. For both Yuki and Rina, we see cards representing their profiles, special moments, memoirs, starring scenes, illusions, and ending sequences, giving fans a visual journey through their respective paths in the winter romance narrative. These images are clear examples of the high-grade version cards discussed previously, featuring the appealing character designs that make collecting them such a draw for fans of the game. This page continues the exploration of the White Album G's museum collectibles, moving beyond the main heroines to focus on other key characters from the game. Here, we see selections from the trading card sets dedicated to Misaki Sawakura and Haruka Kawashima. Similar to the cards for Yuki and Rina on the previous page, these images showcase various moments and aspects of Misaki's and Haruka's stories, including their profiles, graphic scenes, memorable events, special days, starring appearances, illusions, and their respective endings. These cards provide fans with visual highlights from the game centered around these two important supporting characters, offering snapshots of their personalities and pivotal scenes within the winter narrative. The variety of card types offers a comprehensive look at their presence in White Album. This page continues the look at the White Album G's Museum Collectible Card Series, this time focusing on characters Mana Mizuki and Yayoi Shinozuka. You'll find a selection of trading cards for each, similar to the sets for the heroines and other supporting characters featured previously. For both Mana and Yayoi, the cards offer glimpses into their roles and moments within the game's narrative. The Mana Mizuki section displays cards covering various categories, including her profile, specific graphic scenes, memorable events, illustrations tied to special days, starring moments, depictions of illusions, and her ending sequence. These cards highlight Mana's presence and key visual events related to her storyline. Below that, the Yayoi Shinozuka section presents a similar array of cards. We see her profile, graphic scenes, memoirs, special day illustrations, event scenes, starring visuals, illusions, and her ending. Just like Mana's cards, these provide fans with a condensed visual journey through Yayoi's arc and significant moments in White Album, offering a nice way to collect and remember key points from the game. This page features a special Valentine's Day promotion from Broccoli, offering limited edition character goods and chocolate bundled together in a clear case for various popular titles. The deadline for ordering these packs is February 5th. The promotion highlights items from 4 different series: Welcome to Pia Carrot, 2, Palette, Eternal Fantasia, and DGK G. Each pack includes a selection of exclusive items, such as a clear case, a message CD, a mousepad, a binder, pins, and of course, Valentine chocolate. Notably, the Eternal Fantasia pack comes with a wristwatch featuring character artwork, and the DGK G pack includes a desk calendar instead of a binder or pins.
These packs are available in limited quantities, with Pia Carrot 2 having 2,000 units and the other 3 titles limited to 1,000 units each. The page details how fans can order these packs, either directly at participating gamer stores or via mail order, requiring payment for the goods and shipping. This is a classic fan service offering, combining collectible merchandise with a seasonal treat for dedicated followers of these franchises. This page features an exclusive special report on an upcoming game titled Wish, which is currently a temporary title. This is described as a super large-scale bishōjo adventure game, or AVG. The page highlights the game with prominent artwork featuring 2 of its characters, a cheerful red-haired girl in the foreground and a serious blue-haired girl behind her. Details provided indicate that the game is a romance AVG being developed by Video System, but key information like the release date, price, and even development progress are all undecided at this point. The character design is credited to Sugiyama Gensho. This page continues the special report on the upcoming romance AVG, tentatively titled Wish. Presented by Video System and featuring character designs by Sugiyama Gensho, this page serves as a direct announcement following the initial reveal. It features a striking illustration showcasing 3 of the game's central characters. The cheerful reddish-haired girl from the previous page is prominent, alongside a serious purple-haired girl and a blonde-haired girl resting her chin thoughtfully. The large orange text proclaims, "Announcement!" emphasizing the reveal of these additional characters for the project. It confirms the game is indeed a romance adventure game being developed by Video System, continuing the theme established on the prior page. This page delves deeper into the upcoming romance adventure game tentatively titled Wish, showcasing the 5 girls who will be central to the story. The article presents the game as a large-scale project aiming to realistically portray the sweet and painful first love experiences of junior high students, a setting chosen because the player character is a second-year junior high student. A key feature highlighted is that character reactions will be fully animated. The page introduces 2 of the heroines. Rina, a bright and cute first-year junior high student who moves in with the protagonist, and Asuka, a gentle older sister type in the first year of high school who is passionate about playing the violin. Multiple illustrations of these characters are shown, along with a screenshot depicting a school hallway scene where character interactions occur. An interview section features input from Mr. Hayashi of Video System and the character designer Mr. Sugiyama Gensho. They explain that the protagonist is a 14-year-old boy from Hokkaido, whose journey begins after a family conflict. The story spans 10 months, focusing on everyday junior high life rather than exam pressures, including events like sports days and cultural festivals. They confirm the game features multiple endings, emphasizing their desire to create a straightforward and fundamental junior high romance experience. A small character illustration representing Sugiyama Gensho is also included. This page continues the deep dive into the upcoming romance adventure game, tentatively titled Wish. Following the introduction of Rina and Asuka on the previous page, we are introduced to 3 more of the game's heroines, Ryoko, Matilda, and Mika. Ryoko is depicted as a girl with a complex family background, intelligent and athletic, but struggling to be open with others due to her worries. She is a member of the swimming club. Matilda is a cheerful, talkative, and popular half-Japanese girl involved in the drama club. Mika is a gentle and well-liked member of the tennis club, described as feminine and a bit of a crybaby, despite her club affiliation not necessarily indicating strong athletic prowess. The page also features a continuation of the interview with Mr. Hayashi and Mr. Sugiyama, discussing the game's narrative structure and themes. They mention a significant turning point mid-story, where a character becomes the main heroine, with distinct story paths for different girls. They confirm that other girls will have individual stories, sometimes appearing as sub-characters, to help or hinder the protagonist. The developers reiterate their focus on portraying the pure and genuine aspects of junior high romance, highlighting the unique sensibilities and worries of this age group. Regarding suggestive content, they assure enough is included to meet expectations, with a focus on heartwarming moments. Notably, they mention that swimsuit scenes for characters like Ryoko, being in the swimming club, will feature prominently, especially during summer and even winter. This page features a large advertisement for the PlayStation game Dramatic Refrain Act 2. Refrain Love 2 by Riverhill Soft. The page displays 3 prominent anime-style female characters, central to the game's focus. The game is described as a dramatic adventure, that explores the complexities of love and relationships, questioning whether a daily life resembling a game, with shifting affections even after choosing a partner, is possible. It delves into feelings of hesitation, change, and deepening love within a dynamic everyday setting, promising a story that will move the player. The advertisement highlights that the game is currently on sale, comes on 2 krodroms, and has a standard price of 6,800 yen, excluding tax. As an initial limited edition bonus, purchasers receive a 36-page postcard book featuring 8 illustrations. Contact information for Riverhill Soft and their website are also provided.
This page kicks off the magazine's monthly recommended software feature, titled Best Soft Navigation. It features a vibrant illustration by Boyoyan Heartrock, the character designer behind the PlayStation game Zuto Isho, Always Together. The artwork depicts a playful, red-haired character in a dynamic pose, setting the stage for the upcoming game recommendations. The text confirms this section is dedicated to highlighting notable software releases for the current month.
This page focuses on the game Kaitu Ranma Miyabi, celebrating its recent release. A large, vibrant illustration dominates the page, featuring a prominent pink-haired character with a large yellow floral accessory, looking surprised and excited. Below her is a smaller depiction of a dark-haired character wearing a headband, smiling. The main title text clearly displays, quote, Kaitu Ranma Miyabi. Text alongside the main character announces the game's release and the exciting introduction of new disciples to the world of Kaitu Ranma Miyabi. The smaller text at the bottom likely provides the latest information on these new additions and strategic insights timed with the game's launch. The artwork is dynamic and colorful, set against a dark, moonlit background with decorative cherry blossoms along the left side. This page continues the coverage of Kaitu Ranma Miyabi, introducing a new character joining the dojo, Rekenrin. She is presented as a cute Chinese girl, daughter of an old acquaintance of the dojo master Tetsubachi. Rekenrin came to Japan seeking training after a past defeat, and is now one of the disciples, though her competitive nature means she looks down on others. Her profile details her age, interests, and physical attributes. The page also offers gameplay advice, focusing on the importance of managing the disciples' stamina, noting that training and part-time jobs are strenuous for the young girls. Giving gifts and using rest commands are suggested methods for maintaining their condition and raising parameters. Further sections detail the game itself, confirming it's a simulation game for the PlayStation. It explains the premise where the player, as Shinjiro, must manage a struggling dojo left by his father and Tetsubachi, while also dealing with a looming threat. The core gameplay loop involves training disciples throughout the week for martial arts tournaments held periodically, and on holidays players can explore Edo Town. The game features multiple endings determined by performance in the final tournament after 1 year. This page continues the coverage of Kaitu Ranma Miyabi, introducing Yume Yukina, the owner of the Nekomaru Tea House. While she appears unassuming, she is depicted as having a hidden, bold side. Her profile lists her age as 19, hobbies as making sweets, favorite food as gyro, disliked food as raw yatsuhashi, height 156 centimeters, weight 47 kilograms, and measurements B88 W58 per hour 86. The image on the right features her alongside 2 other girls from the tea house, emphasizing that they are not just cute. The page provides a second strategy point, focusing on mastering the outing command used in Edo Town. Players can visit various locations to buy items that recover fatigue and increase affection, challenge other dojos to raise their own dojo's reputation, though losing can decrease disciples, or go on dates with disciples which recover fatigue and build relationships. Screenshots illustrate the shop interface and dialogue options during outings. A small section also highlights the game's strategy guide available from MediaWorks. The next page introduces the remaining 2 sisters from the Nekomaru Tea House in Kaitu Ranma Miyabi, adding to the character insights from the previous page. We are introduced to Chihiro, a 17-year-old with a boyish demeanor and a sharp tongue, whose profile hints at a hidden romantic side. We also meet Wakana, the 14-year-old third sister, described as cheerful and a bit of a natural airhead. Their profiles provide details like age, hobbies, favorite foods, and physical stats. The page emphasizes that the 3 sisters, despite their seemingly normal appearance, are secretly involved in activities in Edo,
urging the player to discover their true purpose. Beyond character introductions, the page offers strategy for the game's martial arts tournament. It explains the best-of-3 format and advises players to secure victories in the first 2 matches to ensure success before facing the opponent's dojo master. Screenshots display tournament participant lists and gameplay during battles. The next page is dedicated to the Sega Saturn game Roommate, W-Futari, a real-time communication and dating simulation. This spread focuses on detailing all the events players can experience within the first 16 days of living with the game's 2 main girls. The game syncs with the console's internal clock, driving a realistic lifestyle pattern for the characters, which is a key feature. The page explains the 4 distinct types of events you'll encounter: forced events, which occur automatically at set times; story events, linked directly to the character's personal narratives; limited events, which have less strict triggering conditions; and free events, the most difficult to see due to their lower priority. Screenshots accompany each event type description, giving players a glimpse of what to expect. It also provides a key for understanding how events will be listed in further detail on subsequent pages. The next page delves deeper into the event system of Roommate W-Futari, providing a detailed list for the initial days of the game. Titled the Event Occurrence List, this section outlines the events players can trigger involving the game's 2 main girls, Kaori and Yuko, from day 1 through day 6. The list includes the event number, the character involved, the event name, the specific time frame when it can occur, the location, and any relevant notes or conditions. Beyond the list itself, there's a crucial strategy guide titled How to Efficiently See Events. It highlights the difficulty of experiencing every single event in a single playthrough and advises players to focus on one of the heroines to maximize their story progression. A key mechanic explained is that triggering an event prevents any other event from occurring for the next hour, requiring careful planning. Players are encouraged to use this list as a guide to strategically pursue the events they wish to see. The page also features a larger illustration of Kaori and small screenshots showing event moments, including one where Yuko asks if the player called her cute. This page continues the detailed event occurrence list for Roommate W-Futari. It provides further schedules for triggering events involving the 2 main characters, Kaori and Yuko, covering later dates in the game's timeline. Like the previous page, it lists the event number, character involved, event name, specific time window for occurrence, location, and any special conditions or notes required to trigger it. A prominent section highlights a crucial point check for the shower event. This guide reveals the specific and rather strict conditions needed to see this particular event. It must occur between 0:100 and 0:59 in the washroom, and, crucially, requires a cumulative count of system activations or similar triggers reaching over 50 times for Kaori and over 75 times for Yuko. It emphasizes that both the time and cumulative count, along with the correct day, are necessary. An illustration depicts Kaori and Yuko in a shower setting, giving a glimpse of the event. Footnotes at the bottom explain how certain events are dependent on the player's dialogue choices in prior events, or the successful triggering of other specific events. This page continues the extensive guide for triggering events in Roommate W-Futari. The left side details event occurrences for specific dates in early November, primarily focusing on daily life interactions, question-and-answer sessions, and health-related events involving Yuko and Kaori. These lists provide the exact times and locations needed to potentially witness these scenes, with footnotes indicating dependencies on prior actions or events. The main focus shifts to the right side, highlighting the game's free events. These are described as challenging to trigger because they have the lowest priority among event types, meaning other events will happen first. However, the guide emphasizes that seeing these 25 free events is worthwhile as they offer unique and heart-pounding situations. A comprehensive list of these events is provided, detailing the character involved, the event name, location, and a brief description of the interaction. These events cover a wide range of everyday and personal moments, such as discussing movies, sharing household chores like folding laundry, asking personal questions about relationships or preferences, and even more intimate interactions. The guide stresses the difficulty but also the rewarding nature of unlocking all of these elusive moments. An illustration of one of the game's heroines is also featured. This page provides a strategy guide for True Love Story 2, focusing on character personal data and encounter patterns. It details how to meet specific heroines and their ideal personality types based on stats like study,
exercise, sensitivity, sense, and personality. The guide highlights Morishita Akero, explaining a specific encounter method involving observing her, talking to another character, and then approaching the other character. It also lists several potential encounter events for her, along with locations and probabilities, noting that some are less likely than others. Recommended gifts for her are also mentioned, including basketball shoes and ribbons. Another section focuses on Nanase Kasumi, stating that there is only one way to meet her, which occurs automatically on the very first morning of the game. Her ideal stats are also listed. Gift suggestions for her include books on making sweets and stuffed animals. The article emphasizes that while encounter patterns have probabilities, they don't always guarantee a meeting, and some required events might occur first. Events marked with an asterisk indicate they depend on the protagonist's stats, matching the girl's ideal type. The guide also gives a brief overview of True Love Story 2, describing it as a dating sim, where the protagonist meets 10 girls over 1 month before a planned transfer, with events and character visuals changing depending on which school term you choose to transfer. This guide details interactions with heroines in True Love Story 2. Hatano Atui's appearance changes with school terms, emphasizing dog-walking events. Her ideal type needs high exercise and study, with events at the second floor or beach. Gifts like sewing sets and dog food are recommended. Fukuyama-sai's visuals depend on the protagonist's stats, especially exercise. Key events, dangerous, deep in photos, occur in the science room. She likes high study and exercise, favoring jigsaw puzzles and photo albums. Sawada Tamaki is introduced through the straw hat event at the beach. Her ideal type values sensitivity and balance, with photo albums and animal brooches as good gifts. Okano Yuko's encounters involve clumsiness, and events like late arrival at school. Her ideal type desires balanced stats. She appreciates pillows and flashy umbrellas. This guide details how to encounter 4 heroines in True Love Story 2. Kosaka Maiko is found through observations and has high exercise and sensitivity preferences. Look for her near the second-year classroom and on the 3rd floor, and give her gifts like spoon sets. Nakazato Kaori is encountered through the bus event, requiring high study, exercise, and sense stats. She appears on the bus and in the second-year classroom. Gifts of philosophy books are appreciated. Suetsugu Ayumi's events involve the happening and track and field club, with high exercise, sense, and personality being her ideal. Encounter her after school or during break time at the second-year classroom. Gifts include stuffed animals. Finally, Kazama Kodachi's events include Don't Move and Bamboo Sword, and requires balanced stats, with study, sensitivity, and personality being the focus. Find her after school by the pool and in the second-year classroom, and offer gifts like spoon sets. This page presents a comprehensive guide to encountering the heroines in True Love Story 2. It features multiple tables detailing the probability of meeting each girl at various locations throughout the school and surrounding town areas during different times of the day. You'll find data for periods like after school, split into 2 specific times, break time, detours on the way home, and different parts of holiday weekends. The tables use symbols like concentric circles for very easy to meet, hollow circle for easy, hollow up pointing triangle for somewhat easy, and times for difficult, making it easy to see at a glance where and when to look for specific characters like Kosaka, Nakazato, Kazama, and others such as Morishita, Nanase, Hatano, Miyama, Sawada, Okuno, and Mizuki. This serves as an essential quick reference for players trying to track down their preferred characters across locations ranging from classrooms and the library to the beach, convenience store, or arcade, complementing the detailed character strategy guides provided on previous pages. This page features Refrain Love 2 for the PlayStation, an adventure game offering a slightly more adult love story with a total of 12 heroines. The protagonist moves into a unique share house after starting university, where the romance begins with fellow residents and people met in town. The page introduces Yoko Yakabe, a university student aiming to become a nurse, described as both reliable and playful. The dramatic story unfolds through interactions with all 12 heroines, including some characters from the previous game, offering significant replayability. A valuable tip for players is to prioritize increasing a girl's affection during dates on the first disc, as this is key to unlocking special events and enjoying longer date scenarios. Screenshots show character interactions, gameplay menus, and memorable event scenes. This page delves further into the world of Refrain Love 2,
introducing more of the diverse heroines you'll encounter outside the sharehouse setting. You'll meet Chika Akiyoshi, the younger sister of the protagonist's brother, initially rebellious but softening considerably after meeting you. Then there's Michiko Asakura, a university student and former junior high classmate who has always admired the protagonist. The page also features Chizuru Nanase, an OL facing a challenging transfer to Kyushu. Adding to the mix are Maimi Yasui, a high school third year dedicated to chasing down a DJ, known for her impressive dance moves, and Naoko Kashiki, another high schooler described as pure and previously troubled, hinting at a protective role for the protagonist. Maimi and Naoko are highlighted as a former high school girl combo, suggesting a returning dynamic or connection from the previous game. The page continues to showcase the variety of relationships and dramatic possibilities within the game.
This page features official strategy guides for 3 different games. The top section showcases Atelier Elie, The Alchemist of Salzburg 2, an RPG known for its crafting system. The guide boasts a complete rundown of item recipes, a handy item index for quick lookups, and a winning strategy against the boss Narudis, all from Dengeki. Below that is the guide for Refrain Love 2. The illustration shows several female characters in casual settings, hinting at the romance simulation aspects discussed on the previous page. This official guide, edited by Dengeki PlayStation and DGK G's magazine, provides methods for efficiently raising character parameters, strategies for the Gozenshai event, character visuals, and comprehensive support for the game's training segments, released on February 1st Street. Finally, the bottom introduces the official strategy guide for Kaito Ranma Miyabi. The text indicates this guide focuses on managing the best dojo in Edo and nurturing relationships. It's described as the Kirioka Dojo Prosperity Guidebook, also edited by Dengeki PlayStation and currently selling well. This page dives into the music of the Sega Saturn game Friends, Seishun no Kagayaki. It showcases 3 different albums dedicated to the game's soundscape. Featured prominently is the original soundtrack, promising a complete collection of character themes, background music, and other audio from the game, totaling 24 tracks. Next, we see the acoustic arranged version, which takes 13 key tracks, including the main theme, from the original soundtrack and reinterprets them acoustically. This album was released simultaneously with a limited first-run edition, offering special packaging and entry into a promotional giveaway tied to 3 titles. Finally, there's a vocal collection album, featuring character songs from the game, which is noted as being currently on sale. The bottom section also lists other music CD releases from NEC Interchannel, including albums for titles like July's World Music Collection, Black Matrix, and Favorite Deer, with their various release statuses and prices detailed. This page showcases the PlayStation RPG titled Sonata Love Parallel RPG. The core concept revolves around a protagonist exploring 3 distinct parallel worlds, known as paradigms, each shrouded in mystery while seeking lost memories and true love. These worlds include Nanosec, a near-future cyberspace environment, Blue Moon, a fantasy realm dominated by swords and magic, and Tokugawa Gakuen, a massive school world with a large student body. Visually, the page features dynamic character art representing the inhabitants of these worlds, alongside screenshots depicting varied environments from futuristic cities to fantasy landscapes and academic settings. The battle system is highlighted with a screenshot displaying flashy effects, promising continuous excitement during combat. A unique feature mentioned is the finger throb system, allowing players to feel a character's heartbeat through the controller, indicating compatibility with the DualShock controller. Character design and anime direction are credited to Yukiko Sugimoto's, and the game boasts a cast of popular voice actors. Released on March 4, 1999, the game came on 2 Cridroms. The page also mentions a limited first press campaign, offering various bonuses, including an original poster and a chance to win a life-size illustration bath towel. Additionally, there's a related character collection card set available, and an associated radio show featuring cast members. This page features the new soft selection section of G's magazine, highlighting new software information. The main focus is a vibrant illustration of a purple-haired anime character in a striking pose, armed with what appears to be futuristic firearms. A small block of text identifies this character as Tamaki-chan, one of the heroines from the PC software title Palette, and credits the illustration and character design to Haridama Hiroki. The text also notes that her character design is currently a big hit. The page acts as a preview or spotlight on this specific game and its popular character within the context of new software releases. This page introduces the game Kuyasai, carrying the subtitle, Assured of Youthful Memories. A large illustration displays the main cast of characters enjoying a relaxed moment together. The page highlights the character, Eriko Ikeda, with detailed artwork and a profile, describing her as a free-spirited individual with impressive style, noting her striking swimsuit appearance. The game's tagline is presented as, Peak of Youth, our kind of love story. A significant portion of the page is dedicated to messages from the voice cast, who bring the characters to life. This includes well-known talents, such as Ayako Kawasumi as Sayuri Katayama, Miki Nagasawa as Ikumi Hosokawa,
Maaya Sakamoto as Risa Hashimoto, Ai Orikasa as Saina Aiyori, and Omi Minami as Eriko Ikeda. They share their passion and enthusiasm for working on Kuyasai with the readers. The artwork featured on the page is by the renowned artist Haruhiko Mikimoto.
The next page continues the coverage of Kuyasai, Assured of Youthful Memories for the PlayStation, confirming it as a youth romance simulation from Shueisha, slated for release on February 25th, with character design by Haruhiko Mikimoto. The striking main illustration features two characters, notably Karuko Iwatsuki, taking a break in swimsuits amidst school festival preparations, hinting at a potentially adult romance with the tagline, If it were with her, perhaps an adult love story is possible. The page introduces Karuko Iwatsuki, with her profile, detailing her physical stats and hobbies. She's characterized as a student teacher at the protagonist's school, possessing a melancholic yet hardworking demeanor that increases her appeal. She is also key to the story, revealing the school's festival legend. The game's narrative revolves around the month leading up to the school festival, focusing on achieving both the festival's success and romantic goals. The system involves managing preparations, engaging in conversation events to build affection, and going on dates. A pivotal response system appears during gameplay, requiring quick decisions critical for romance. The feature concludes with comments from the voice cast, bringing the characters to life. This includes veteran actors like Machiko Toyoshima as Akane Sayonji, Yuka Imai as Kaoruko Iwatsuki, Shotaro Morikubo as Yuta Tanaka, Shinichiro Miki as Satoru Suzuki, and Ryotaro Okiawayu as Sho Takeshita, among others, sharing their experiences with their roles. The page also teases the potential for an age gap romance, and promises a wealth of beautiful visuals, consistent with Mikimoto's distinctive style. The next page continues the deep dive into Kuyasai, offering a special illustration gallery presented by the game's character designer, Haruhiko Mikimoto. The page features detailed character art and design materials, focusing on Sayuri Katayama. The main visual showcases Sayuri in her school uniform, capturing her serene yet expressive demeanor. Supplemental sketches provide close-ups and different angles of her face, highlighting the nuances of Mikimoto's design. Below these, a dedicated section presents Sayuri Katayama, with a brief profile and commentary. The text describes her design concept, aiming for a somewhat different atmosphere from the present trend, a slightly classical, pure heroine. It also notes that her somewhat reserved school uniform look was easily decided upon, as requested. Accompanying her profile is a collection of expression sketches, demonstrating a range of emotions and poses for Sayuri, vital for a romance simulation game. This gallery provides insight into the creative process behind bringing the characters to life in Kuyasai, emphasizing the distinct visual style that aligns with Mikimoto's acclaimed work.
This page continues the character gallery from the previous page, presenting more designs by the acclaimed character designer Haruhiko Mikimoto for the game. It features several characters, each with a brief profile or note from the artist about their concept. We see Hosokawa Ikumi, designed with an honors student feel, notably intended to be beautiful while wearing her glasses. Featured alongside are three different characters. Itu Sai, conceptualized with a slightly dark personality and specific hairstyle. Ikeda Erika, envisioned as someone who might be found in urban centers like Shibuya, and Fukuda Yuka, who was challenging to create due to the request for a naturally cheerful personality. The page also shows Hashimoto Risa, described as a bright and energetic girl, who was the first character created for this project. These illustrations offer a glimpse into the diverse cast and the creative process behind bringing their personalities to life.
This page introduces the game Kita-e, White Illumination, emphasizing its concept centered around communication with various female characters. Key gameplay elements highlighted are the influence of seasonal changes and special events. The main illustration features the character Yuko Sakuramachi, with another character, Tanya, also mentioned. The game's structure involves the player spending 2 weeks in Hokkaido during summer vacation. Successful interactions allow a return visit in winter for unique events, including a character greeting the player at the airport. A small screenshot shows a character in a winter setting, illustrating the seasonal transition feature. These illustrations are presented as newly revealed content for the game. The artwork aligns with the style of the character designs shown on the previous page, confirming the consistent aesthetic. This page continues the coverage of Kita-e White Illumination. It prominently features a large illustration of the character Tanya. Beyond just conversation, the game includes special date events like visiting karaoke boxes and amusement parks, highlighting the "fun dates too" aspect. The game is set in Hokkaido and is described as a new sensation communication title. The story follows a high school second-year student spending summer vacation in Hokkaido. Guided by a relative named Kasumi, the protagonist meets various girls and creates memorable experiences while sightseeing in Sapporo. The gameplay system, known as the communication break system, is unique. It allows players to interrupt conversations at the beginning, middle, or end to introduce their own topics or express intentions, rather than just selecting from predetermined responses. This gives the player agency in steering the conversation and influences the impression they make on the other person. Players can even choose to passively listen if they aren't interested in the current topic, making the interaction feel more like genuine communication. The character lineup includes 8 main girls with varied backgrounds. Screenshots show gameplay scenes, including one featuring a character singing karaoke, and another with what appears to be Kasumi. This page introduces the 7th heroine for the kid-developed PS love novel game, To the Shining Season, Kagayaku Kisetsu-e, which is being developed for a spring release. Following previous introductions of main characters, this page focuses on Natsuki Shimizu, presented as the type of younger sister you'd want to protect. Natsuki is described as a girl with large glasses, who gives a youthful impression. Her connection to the protagonist, Kuhei, began when he saved her from being hit by a car, leading her to become attached to him and call him Oni-chan, big brother. While Kuhei was initially resistant, he gradually accepts her. The text poses the question of whether these two, who are like siblings, will eventually become lovers. Her voice actor is confirmed as Yuka Imai. The page features large illustrations of Natsuki Shimizu and includes the tagline, "Nice to meet you, big brother." This page shifts focus to the voice casting for the heroines of To the Shining Season, the PlayStation love novel game previously introduced. It's exciting to see the talent lined up for this kid-developed title. Scheduled for an April release, featured prominently are illustrations and details for several key characters and their voice actors. We see Kawana Misaki, voiced by Yukino Satsuki, described as a bright third-year senior prone to natural airheadedness despite being visually impaired. There's Nagamori Mizuka, voiced by Izuka Mayumi, with a description hinting at her helpful, slightly meddlesome nature. Other main cast members highlighted include Gon Nanran, voiced by Utani Ikue, Nanase Rumi, voiced by Yokoyama Chisa, and Satomura Akane, voiced by Nakagawa Akiko. Notably, Kuzuki Mio is shown, but her description mentions she cannot speak, hence no voice actor is listed for her role as a first-year junior. The page also confirms a gorgeous member lineup for sub-characters, including voice actors like Minami Omi, Kawasumi Ayako, and Kawakami Tomoko. Further details about the game itself confirm it's an 80% complete novel-type romance AVG for the PS. The story centers on protagonist Kuhei Orikura, a high school student dealing with past trauma, who begins to connect with various girls facing their own difficulties as winter approaches. The system relies on player choices affecting the narrative, featuring full voice acting for the girls and a planned opening animation. A screenshot illustrates the text display and dialogue options during gameplay. This page dives into Tokimeki Memorial Drama Series Volume 3, Tabidachi no Uta, giving fans a visual digest of the early story, highlighting the third installment of the popular drama series featuring the full cast of characters from the original Tokimeki Memorial. This preview specifically covers the scenario up to the second day. The focus is on the protagonist's first day, Friday the 12th, detailing how he unexpectedly gets chosen for the graduation album editing committee thanks to his friend Yoshio. This puts him in direct contact with his crush, Shiori Fujisaki, who is also on the committee. Screenshots show key moments, including Yoshio recommending the protagonist, the protagonist and Shiori beginning their editing work after school, and Shiori discussing the theme for the graduation essays. Gameplay elements are hinted at with a mention of a minigame used for the editing process, involving finding typos and matching photos. The page also touches on an interaction with Yoshio on day 2, where he calls about a marathon, hinting at more character development and potential plot points. It's a concise look at the initial steps in the protagonist's journey, centered around his involvement with Shiori and the graduation activities.
The page previews Tokimeki Memorial Drama Series Volume 3, focusing on the protagonist's perspective the day before Valentine's Day. The school buzzes with anticipations. He hopes to receive chocolate from Shiori, his childhood friend, but feels awkward. His friend encourages him, hinting at potential confessions. Scenes depict the protagonist with Yoshio at the school entrance amidst chocolate deliveries, receiving chocolate from Yume-chan, and discussing graduation essays. Shiori doesn't give him chocolate, but he's hopeful for tomorrow and is invited to go with her. The gameplay uses a point-and-click AVG systems. The story involves the protagonist planning a confession at the graduation ceremony, with challenges along the way. The game features familiar Tokimeki Memorial characters, including Shiori and Mira, alongside new faces from previous drama series. The page sets the stage for the anxious lead-up to Valentine's Day and developing relationships. This page previews the upcoming fan disc for Eternal Fantasy Overture Ensemble 2, highlighting the characters featured in the fully voiced side stories. The fan disc promises plenty of enjoyable content as it approaches release. Featured prominently are 2 characters. Hexa, described as a mischievous troublemaker, a magical being summoned by Ricardo, who offers free magic healing at the Cloud Clinic. Also introduced is Maria Short, the young lady of the Short Foundation, who is fascinated by magic. She is captivated by the magic healing, and is eager to find the female doctor rumored to be Hexa. Screenshots show Maria alongside other characters like Aleph, heading out to search for Hexa. However, it seems Maria's enthusiasm for magic puts her at odds with Tokoya, who views it negatively. The page teases how these characters, drawn from the main game, will interact in the exciting side scenarios. This page continues the preview of the upcoming fan disc for Eternal Fantasy Overture Ensemble 2, introducing several key characters who feature in the new scenarios and modes. We see Lisa Macarno, a skilled female fighter seeking the rumored female doctor, who meets Toya Cloud. El Ruiz, an elf girl poor at magic, is also searching for the female doctor and encounters Tafaya. The page highlights Toya's conflict with the female doctor and their impending medical skill challenge. Other characters include Even Gallagher, a calm woman working at a library, Aleph Coulson, a charming young man who feels better after hearing about the female doctor, and Alberto Corline, a member of the town's self-defense force providing security for Toya. The page also previews the stroll mode, allowing players to explore the town and interact with characters. Details about the fan disc's release, price, and various modes are provided, noting that the PS and SS versions feature different exclusive characters, while Aleph, Chris, Patty, and Sierra appear in both. This page introduces Kid's new Sega Saturn title, Kiss Yori. Set during the summer vacation of the protagonist's second year of high school, the game centers on an unexpected romance that unfolds while working a part-time job at Sazanami Beach. The page highlights the game's features, including beautiful event CGS focusing on the heroines, and the introduction of exciting new gameplay systems. 3 key characters are profiled. Asaoka Chihiro, a former classmate whom the protagonist unexpectedly reunites with at the beach, shown here in a scene with who appears to be the protagonist. Sugita Chieri, an easygoing girl working part-time at a local restaurant, shown in a pink swimsuit. And Hayasaka Miku, a girl whose best friend is her pet dog, pictured with her furry companion. This looks like a classic summer romance visual novel from Kid. This page continues the introduction to Kid's upcoming Sega Saturn romance adventure game, Kiss Yori. We learn about 2 more potential heroines the protagonist might encounter during his summer resort part-time job. First is Yamashita Kana, a super cheerful girl who's always up for fun. She's working part-time because she needs money, and can often be found around Sazanami Beach seeking out playmates on her days off. She seems quite friendly, even offering the protagonist food. Next is Hirose Nanami, a sports enthusiast who excels at marine activities like surfing and scuba diving. She frequently visits Sazanami Beach but has a strong personality, disliking anyone who pollutes the sea or approaches her with ill intentions. Despite her tough exterior, she seems to have a deep connection with the ocean and its inhabitants. The game's story reinforces the premise from the previous page. A high school sophomore's unexpected summer job at a resort where he meets many beautiful girls. The gameplay system is highlighted as a free-roaming adventure format where you can move around Sazanami Beach and meet characters. Unique features include real-time conversation, where character expressions react to your choices, real-time action for fun interactions, and a snapshot function to capture moments on dates. The page includes screenshots showing the game's character portraits and yutai during these interactions, emphasizing the use of animation. It looks like a standard but feature-rich summer romance sim. This page introduces the game's cyber great strategy, centered around the tagline, "After school, it's war in the cyber world." The main character featured prominently is Haruka Kasuga, described as the invincible, impeccable high school girl protecting the Earth, and the leader of the high school net slider team, Haruka Team. She is portrayed as a reliable, sociable, and helpful individual whose special skill is a potent, lifetime request attack, utilizing her cute expressions, which is said to be irresistible to men. The page features several illustrations and screenshots depicting Haruka in various settings, including a forest, a school environment, and talking to another character in a city street, hinting at the diverse locations and character interactions within the game. The next page dives into the core mystery of cybergreat strategy, asking, what is the true identity of the two mysterious beautiful girls? It confirms the game is a cyber tactics title for PlayStation, blending AVG, adventure game, and SLG, simulation game, elements. The story is set in a near-future Japan plagued by network crime, hackers using a program called Digiforce Battle Criminals. The protagonist, Mikitito, an otherwise ordinary transfer student, is drawn into this world after receiving an anonymous email. The page introduces two key characters, Mira, described as cheerful and bright, who calls the protagonist Big Brother, and Layla, who is cool and becomes involved after being hit on by Leon, a member of the Haruka team. Gameplay transitions between AVG segments for story progression and SLG battles, featuring high-quality CG graphics depicting modern weapons like tanks, jets, helicopters, and warships as representations of hacking programs. The system is designed to be accessible, even for newcomers to the genre. The Haruka team is confirmed to consist of 3 members: Mikito, the non-social protagonist whose hacking talent is key, Haruka, the leader introduced on the previous page, and his roommate, Leon. The page suggests Mikito's talent and the team's actions lead to a large conspiracy. The combination of rich event scenes and tactical battles sets it apart from previous series entries. This page introduces the vibrant female characters from Device Reign, a game that dramatically portrays high school students caught in a battle over next-generation weaponry. These characters are presented as adding charm and refreshing elements to the game's otherwise hard-hitting story. The page highlights 2 key heroines, Kasumi Ein Haruto, described as a tragic figure holding the incident's key, and Hitomi Nashiro, a curious and lively modern high school student. Kasumi is the reserved daughter of the argument's developer, now targeted after her father's death. Hitomi is an energetic sports enthusiast who gets involved in the incident after causing trouble with the protagonist. The page also notes the voice actors for these characters, Ayako Kawasumi for Kasumi, and Tomoko Kawakami for Hitomi. Screenshots showcase scenes from the game's adventure segments, giving a glimpse into the character interactions and settings like a game center and what appears to be an infirmary. The content emphasizes that getting to know these characters will make the gameplay experience even more enjoyable. This page expands on the world of Device Reign, introducing more characters and details about the gameplay. We are introduced to Yunagi Shione, a rock-loving high school girl aspiring to be a professional musician, voiced by Maya Sakamoto. The page also features Utsugi Riko, a sharp elite technician who is the assistant to Dr. Ein Haruto, the developer of the key technology called Argument. She appears to protect Kasumi. The story section provides more context, detailing how the protagonist, a 17-year-old high school student, gets caught up in events after meeting Riko, who reveals Kasumi is being targeted. This leads to them being suddenly attacked and thrust into the conflict. The system is described as a blend of adventure game-style conversation scenes and simulation game-style battles. Players move on a map, trigger conversations to gather information and make choices,
which can lead to semi-real-time battles. The battle system features opus stones, where combining them in different ways determines available commands, like attacks or defense. Finally, the page lists several other supporting characters who appear throughout the game, along with the voice actors who portray them, rounding out the cast involved in this hard-boiled adventure. Screenshots show character portraits, the map view, and a look at the tactical battle screen. This page dives into the world of bishōjo 2 Whirlwind series, showcasing the PlayStation port of the game. The main illustration features several female characters in sailor-style outfits, relaxing outdoors, and enjoying cookies. The page highlights the power-up port from the PC version to the PlayStation, adding new events and bringing impressive visuals of the girls. We are introduced to two characters with detailed profiles. Marie Ann Halt is described as a history and cooking enthusiast from the Ann Hall tribe, possessing a bright and gentle personality despite a forgotten childhood. Her profile includes illustrations of her cooking and in a swimsuit by the sea. Altena Brukin is presented as an intellectual and dreamy literary girl who excels in humanities and writes scripts. While usually reserved, she can show surprising initiative. Her profile includes an illustration of her in a classroom and holding a book. The page promises that the beautiful illustrations and event visuals in the game are truly captivating. This page continues our look at the PlayStation port of bishōjo 2. Building on the introduction of the game, we are presented with three more of the fascinating characters you can interact with. First is Dora Felbert, described as cheerful and energetic, depicted in a bright yellow dress and enjoying the beach. Next is Fels Brandon, a sporty girl known for her straightforward personality, often mistaken for a boy, shown with a basketball. Finally, there is Mel Blauen, a gentle animal lover who is physically weak but works hard, illustrated holding a small dog. The page confirms the game is a love simulation RPG with training elements. Set 3 years after the original, you play as the brother of the previous protagonist, attending Trifels Academy to become a magic user. The goal is to become friends with 5 girls and, along the way, save the world. Gameplay involves scheduling your character's training on weekdays and spending holidays on conversations or dates with the girls. While featuring 5 main love interests, the game promises deep stories and events for each, including characters like Noish and Rindel, making it a treat for fans of the previous installment. The next page shifts focus to the popular dating simulation series with a look at Tokimeki Memorial Pocket for the Game Boy. This release comes in 2 distinct versions. The Culture Edition, subtitled Melody of Sunlight Filtering Through Trees, and the Sports Edition, subtitled Photograph of the Schoolyard. Both versions are scheduled for release on February 11th. As with the main series, you play as a male student at Kirameki High School, aiming to gain the attention of your childhood friend and crush, Shiori Fujisaki, and receive a confession by graduation. The gameplay involves managing your character's stats through studying, playing, and club activities over 3 years, influencing which of the many girls you meet and the events you experience. Holidays are for dating at various locations. The Game Boy versions promise added events and memorable visuals. The main highlight of these GB releases, as emphasized here, is the introduction of 3 brand new characters. Following up on earlier character introductions, this page reveals some of their event visuals. We get a closer look at Kyoko Izumi, described as a bit clumsy, but possessing a strong sense of justice. Featured event visuals include what appears to be a confrontation, a Christmas scene, and a New Year's visit, showcasing her personality. Both versions feature a mix of returning fan favorites and the new characters, offering different romantic possibilities. While the GB screen is monochrome, the content promises an enjoyable experience packed with events. The next page continues our deep dive into Tokimeki Memorial Pocket, showcasing the wealth of new events available for both returning and brand new characters. First up is Patricia McGrath, an exchange student whose family seems quite lively, judging by the glimpse of her Big Daddy father who apparently speaks with a Kansai dialect. The magazine's commentator amusingly hopes for a showdown with the classic Papa. We see Pat in a yukata at a Japanese festival, evidently fascinated by everything, and screenshots also highlight Christmas and New Year's events involving her. Next is Naomi Munachika from rival Miga High. A member of the brass band, she visits Kirameki often for joint practices. We see her passionately playing the trumpet, perhaps even the Hanshin Tigers fight song, Roko Oroshi, while cheering for baseball. A dramatic event shows her conflicted before a final match between her school and the protagonist's club, an episode unique to dating a girl from another school. Like Pat,
She also features in Christmas and New Year's scenes. Beyond the new characters, the page teases various other events, including after-school interactions, inviting girls like Hazuki and Ijuin home, and situations where you might be called the group's leader. The communication features for link cable play are also detailed, allowing players to compare best couple results, exchange chibi character data, and play a versus Beat Mania minigame. It's clear these Game Boy versions are packed with content to keep players engaged. The next page introduces us to Gakuen Sentai Soul Blast, a PlayStation title combining racing simulation and adventure game elements. This game stars a colorful team of 5 unique female characters who make up the Soul Blast Secret Squadron, dedicated to keeping their school peaceful. You'll meet the squad members, including Soul Pink, Soul Red, the formidable martial arts champion, Soul Yellow, who apparently got scouted just for liking curry, Soul Green, a cheerful student from China, and Soul Blue, the cool genius scientist. The gameplay features character training, story events, and battle modes, all part of a multi-scenario system with branching storylines. A small screenshot gives a glimpse of the game's tactical battle sequences. This page features the PlayStation title, Marionette Company, a raising simulation and adventure game. The core concept is to raise an android girl who possesses a heart to become more human-like. Unlike other marionettes in the game world, the heroine starts without understanding or expressing her heart, and it's the player's role to nurture her into a human-like girl through gentle guidance. The heroine, the marionette, is highlighted for her expressive face, and her head disc is noted as a charm point. The page includes character art showing her in different poses and expressions, demonstrating her potential for varied reactions. Notably, the game features character designs by Madoka Hirayama, known for the TV anime Sentimental Journey, and Studio Ox is credited for producing high-quality event graphics. Gameplay involves interacting with the marionette through dialogue and experiencing various events together over a 6-month period, starting from October 1st. These interactions increase her Kizuna parameter, influencing the ending. Players can also shop for materials and parts to design and assemble new parts for the marionette's body, which aids in her development and can also be sold for research funds. Successful assembly raises the protagonist's engineering level, which, along with the Kizuna parameter, affects the ending. The ultimate goal is to raise her to be closer to human. A small screenshot shows a menu screen displaying parameters like body frame and changer. 4 upcoming games are highlighted for PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Captain Love, PlayStation, is a hero adventure where you fight to save your lover, with romantic route choices adding conflict. The game uses debate-style battles and features Manami Nagabori. Tsuchipai Secret Album, Sega Saturn, is a database for the Tsuchipai series, including content like illustrations and videos, along with minigames. Kyuko Misaki, the series protagonist, is featured. Seijo Shoujo Kantai Virgin Fleet, PlayStation, is an action-adventure where girls with powers defend peace. Players form a 6-member team from 12, with the story varying by team composition. Shiokaze Umino is the featured character. Little Lovers, Seesaw Game, PlayStation, is a Shugaroku-style RPG where players compete to win a heroine's heart. Aya Fuyuki is the highlighted character. 4 upcoming PlayStation games are previewed. Nurse Monogatari is a romance adventure where a college student builds relationships with hospital staff. Yushao Gaogaigar Blockaded Numbers is an adventure game based on the anime, featuring new episodes and multiple modes. Meguria Shite is a high school romance simulator with 12 potential partners and a focus on school events. Finally, Sonata is a romance parallel RPG where the player searches for a missing love across 3 alternate realities, complicated by lost memories. Each preview includes screenshots and introduces key characters. This page presents a ranking of upcoming software titles based on reader surveys. It announces a new ranking format focusing on both upcoming games and popular characters. The list shows the top 20 most anticipated titles, compiled from reader votes on games they plan to purchase. Leading the pack at number 1 is the highly anticipated Saturn port of the popular PC game, with Yu Mitsumete Itai. Coming in second is To Heart, which was the previous month's number 1, but still holds a strong position, with its release date now confirmed. Friend Seishun no Kagayaki takes the 3rd spot, also having solidified its release plans. Other notable entries include the new entry at number 4, the tentatively titled You're Under Arrest, based on the popular anime and manga, and Eternal Melody Ensemble 2, the latest fan disc in the Eternal Melody series,
holding strong at number 5. Further down the list, Yu Xiao Gao Gaigar blockaded numbers, which we saw a preview of on the previous page, makes an appearance at number 19, indicating reader interest. The ranking features a mix of adventure and simulation games across various platforms, like PlayStation, Saturn, Dreamcast,
and Game Boy, showcasing the diverse landscape of upcoming releases.
This page presents the very first bishōjo character popularity ranking Best 20, compiled from reader votes. It's exciting to see which heroines captured the hearts of fans.
Topping the inaugural list is Multi, from the classic visual novel to Heart.
The description highlights her appearance in the PS version's original event scenes, specifically mentioning the air hockey game, and notes her charming, slightly clumsy but friendly personality. Coming in at number 2 is Azusa Hinamori from Welcome to Pia Carrot 2. Among the many beautiful girls in the game, Azusa is particularly popular, and her younger sister, Minami, is also mentioned as someone to watch out for. Third place goes to Saori Kori from With You Mitsumete Itai. As the protagonist's childhood friend in the highly anticipated game, her inclusion and high rank reflect reader excitement for the title. The ranking features a diverse cast of characters from various games popular at the time, including Sentimental Graffiti, White Album, Tokimeki Memorial, and others, showcasing the heroines that readers were most passionate about. The list covers the top 20 characters, giving a good overview of the fan favorites. This page is dedicated to highlighting the exciting lineup of new bishōjo software releases selected by DGK G's magazine. The page has been renewed to bring readers packed information every issue, and there's special mention of the highly anticipated appearance of Sentimental Graffiti 2, even though its specific platform is currently undecided. The main content features a comprehensive schedule of upcoming games across various platforms, including PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, and Super Famicom. This extensive list showcases numerous titles that gamers are eagerly awaiting, many of which feature characters that proved immensely popular in the reader ranking on the previous page. Look out for upcoming games in beloved series like To Heart, Sentimental Graffiti, Tokimeki Memorial Drama Series, Welcome to Pia Carrot, and White Album. A special breaking news section focuses on Sentimental Graffiti 2, announcing that the sequel, titled Sentimental Graffiti 2 My Only Love, is confirmed to be released approximately 1 year after the original game. This is described as a super anticipated title. An image associated with this news shows a character, likely from the game, in an outdoor setting with a large Ferris wheel in the background. The page also includes a handy guide explaining the genre abbreviations used throughout the list, such as AVG for adventure, SLG for simulation, RPG for role-playing, and others, helping readers quickly understand the type of game each title represents. This page features a vibrant illustration of several characters in a space setting, serving as the cover or main feature page for the Let's Meet the Beautiful Girls of PC series, Volume 8. The central theme is the exciting arrival of PC game adaptations based on super popular OVAs, original video animations. The main highlight is the transformation of the highly popular 18-plus OVA titled Space of Era Agalutar Terror Space Witch into a game. This issue focuses on introducing lots of cute girls from this and other titles. On the right side, This Month's Menu section provides a preview of the featured content. Alongside Space of Era Agalutar, it lists other games or features including Canon, On Air, and Touch Me, each accompanied by a small screenshot, suggesting these are upcoming or featured bishōjo titles for the PC platform. The page sets the stage for diving into these new PC game releases, emphasizing their appeal to fans of popular animated works. This page dives into the upcoming PC game adaptation of the popular 18-plus OVA, Space of Era Agalutar Terror Space Witch. The game, described as a Menu plus AVG title, is scheduled for a March release priced at 7,800 yen and is restricted to players 18 and older, compatible with Windows 95 and 98. The page features key visuals from both the original OVA and the game. Highlighting the transition from screen to game, it prominently displays character designs by the acclaimed Masaki Kajishima, known for Tenchi Muyo. The story follows protagonist Tayo, who, while living peacefully, is targeted by the formidable sorcerer Rain and the mysterious ultimate sex machine. A significant point is the introduction of several game original characters not seen in the OVA. Two such characters are Baera and Era, both described using highly suggestive terms, including the phrase, ultimate sex machine. Their descriptions detail their charm points and personalities, with a curious side note wondering if their names might be a playful reference to Viagra. The page includes illustrations of these new characters, showcasing their designs and hinting at their roles in the game's narrative. This page continues to delve into the PC game adaptation of Space of Farah Agalutar Terror Space Witch, focusing on the game's core elements. The main feature highlighted is that the battles are explicitly H confrontations, where protagonist Tayo must fight against girls who were once his companions but have been brainwashed by the sorcerer Rain. Winning these unique battles is the key to breaking their brainwashing. The game is described as an adventure game, AVG, with minimal choices, aiming to provide an experience akin to watching the original video animation. A notable aspect of the H battles is the use of special cards, including Rope and Child. Using the Rope card on an enemy displays graphics of them being tied up, while using the Child card shows characters in childlike graphics. The page also provides character profiles. Tayo, the protagonist, is depicted as a pure young man whose unique upbringing by his parent, Kei, has left him surprisingly lacking in common sense regarding anything outside of H matters, despite possessing hidden power. Case is also introduced, described as a beautiful woman with a cheerful demeanor but similarly lacking typical common sense. The overall story is framed as a mix of slapstick comedy and intense adult content derived from the 18+ OVA. The page features artwork showcasing the characters involved in the story and battle scenarios. This page introduces the highly anticipated visual novel, Canon, the debut title from the new brand Key. Presented as a pure love story set in a snow-covered town, the game features 5 beautiful girls who are central to the narrative. The story sees the protagonist returning to the town where he lived 7 years prior with his parents, a place now filled with nostalgic childhood memories. Here, he encounters a cast of charming yet somewhat unusual heroines. The page highlights 3 of these heroines with profiles. Mai Kawasumi is a mysterious senior student, seemingly engaged in a perpetual struggle against unseen forces, having forgotten how to smile but gradually developing an interest in the protagonist. Ayu Tsukimiya is introduced through a humorous encounter involving a failed attempt at dining and dashing, leading to frequent meetings with the protagonist. Shiori Misaka, due to illness, is taking a break from school, but starts attending after meeting the protagonist. She maintains a cheerful facade despite possessing a hint of loneliness. The game is described as an adventure game, AVG, for PC, aiming to deliver engaging romantic stories woven by these unique characters. The content notes that encountering girls like a Yu, who tries to eat and run, is a fresh experience in visual novels. This page continues exploring the visual novel canon, introducing more of its key characters and detailing the game's system. The artwork showcases several of the heroines, including Nayuki Minase and Makoto Sawatari, along with Shiori Misaka, who was featured on the previous page. The system overview explains that Canon is an orthodox command selection adventure game, unfolding over approximately 3 weeks starting January 7th, in a town blanketed in snow. Players navigate ordinary daily life, building relationships with a variety of girls, from rediscovered childhood friends to mysterious upperclassmen. The game places a strong emphasis on depicting charming everyday moments and includes various events designed to enhance the story and characters beyond the main plot progression. Profiles are provided for 2 significant characters. Nayuki Minase is the protagonist's cousin, with whom he comes to live. She appears somewhat indifferent to his arrival, but fate leads the protagonist to transfer into her school and classroom. Makoto Sawatari is a girl suffering from amnesia. Her only memory is a strong feeling of dislike towards the protagonist. Despite this, she ends up staying at the Mine's household and follows the protagonist around, a behavior he finds utterly baffling given her apparent animosity. This page features the visual novel On Air, a comical dating simulation game set within a TV station. The game boasts character designs by the renowned Takahiro Kimura, and includes 15 beautiful girls as potential romance options. The premise centers on a protagonist working part-time at a TV station, where he encounters a cast of stunning women, including popular idols, models, and more. The goal is to deepen relationships with these girls over a 3-month period by moving around the station and town, engaging in conversations, and clearing various events. However, players must be careful, as choosing the wrong options can lead to being discovered by a magazine photographer, causing a scandal that results in a game over. A profile is included for Shizuka Asaoka, described as a popular, somewhat spoiled idol, whose everyday look with glasses is noted as particularly pretty. The page also showcases illustrations of several of the game's heroines, providing a glimpse of the diverse cast players will interact with. The game was developed by Brownie and supports Windows 95 and 98, with a release scheduled for February at a price of 8,800 yen, and is restricted to those 18 and older. This page features the romance simulation game Touch Me Koi no Okusuri, developed by Mink for Windows 95 and 98. This game puts you in the shoes of a school doctor at a prestigious girls' school. The objective is to deepen your relationships with the students and teachers, ultimately leading to romance. The page showcases several character illustrations, highlighting some of the 6 potential romance options. You see girls in school uniforms, and even a swimsuit, giving a glimpse of the diverse cast. Text prompts on the page playfully ask, "Now then, which girl will you examine first?" and "Can you feel the heart-pounding of love?" The system section briefly explains the gameplay. You move freely around the school campus, interacting with the girls and advancing the story through various events. The game promises a variety of appealing characters as romance targets, including talented students and an older, reliable teacher, making it a challenge to pick just one favorite. This title is rated 18+ and was released on March 6th. This page features 3 distinct games from the late 1990s. First up is Video Girl Lun, Virtual Girl Lun, a romance simulation game based on the popular manga series. Players aim to find their true love by interacting with 8 different girls, assisted by the virtual girl, Lun. The game features character designs by the original manga creator, Masakazu Katsura, and includes appearances from characters seen in the manga. Screenshots show conversations and character portraits. Below that is Viper 50, an 18+ adventure game highlighted for its high-quality, anime-style animation. It's described as featuring a futuristic story with action, showcasing character art, and a mecha design that suggests intense battles. Finally, Power Dolls 3 is presented as the newest installment in the popular strategic simulation series. In this game, you command a unit of female pilots operating powerful mechs called power loaders in tactical combat set in a future world. The page displays a character portrait and a detailed screenshot of the strategic battle interface, showcasing the series' signature mech warfare. Love King, a dedicated bishōjo game enthusiast, recommends 2 titles played during the new year. Ranked first is Precious Love, a Windows 95/98 adventure game by Black Package. It boasts 5 romance options, praised for strong voice acting and captivating heroines, especially Ayukawa Yukina, described as a charming blend of cheerfulness and refined grace. The second recommendation is Tonari no Wani-san, the older sister next door, also for Windows 95/98, developed by Nikukyu. This title features 5 potential romances and is celebrated for its scenarios that cater to male romantic fantasies, with a focus on older sister characters. Both games are rated 18+ and showcase slice-of-life elements through character interactions and settings. This page features an exclusive scoop announcing the birth of a new heroine in the PC gaming world, Lena. Presented as the first in a series of reveals, this page hypes an upcoming title featuring Lena as the protagonist. The developer is Visual Lab, operating under their new brand Episode. Visual Lab is known for previously releasing the Sentimental Graffiti Quiz Collection. The article highlights that this magazine's renewal issue is packed with scoops, including this new character who is sure to generate significant buzz. Readers are promised a deeper dive into Lena's profile and the game's content in upcoming issues. Additional artwork shows Lena in various expressions, suggesting a character-focused visual novel or adventure game. More information is available on the official Episode website linked on the page. This page presents the second major scoop from the magazine's renewal issue, introducing a mysterious new brand called DGK Anime. The magazine tracked down this new company after seeing numerous posters promoting them around Tokyo during Comiket 98. It turns out DGK Anime Corporation is developing PC software for Windows 98 and 95 that is packed with impressive animation. A significant highlight is the involvement of acclaimed animator Kazuhide Nakazawa, known for his work on anime like Tenchi Muyo and El Hazard, who is serving as both the character designer and animation director for this project. The artwork on the page features several female characters in various poses, hinting at the game's style. Small sketches are also shown, suggesting the software will feature extensive animation, possibly including undressing sequences. And it's implied this might be Nakazawa's first foray into 18+ content. The magazine promises a full introduction and more details on this intriguing new title in the next issue. This page features announcements for two 18+ titles from Elf and Pink Pineapple. First, set for a February 26th release, is what appears to be titled Jusaku, described as Elf's shocking follow-up to Isaku. This title, featuring two young girls in school uniforms, is presented as Chapter 1, Oyaji's Flower Garden, and delves into themes of Oyajiism, and the text boldly proclaims it the new pinnacle and the path of sadism/brutality. It's scheduled to be released across 3 volumes on LD and VC formats. The second section focuses on the title Isaku, announcing new releases related to this previously established game. An LD storage box is coming out, containing the game plus bonus video content said to unravel previously unexplained events. A bonus video cassette is also being released simultaneously. Furthermore, a special report highlights the upcoming release of DVD Isaku DX1 on April 2nd, which will include the first 2 tragedies from the series. Several screenshots are shown illustrating scenes from Tragedy 1, Tragedy 2, and Tragedy 3, hinting at the dark and adult nature of the content. Both Isaku releases are also confirmed to be 18+. This page features advertisements for audio releases tied to popular game and manga series. First up is an advertisement for the first Kiss Story Image songbook. This album features songs based on the hit PlayStation game, performed by the full voice cast. It was released on January 17th and included a newly drawn sticker as a first press bonus. Below that, we see an announcement for the Sentimental Journey Final Character Collection box. This limited edition set brings back the 12 beloved heroines from the series in a massive 12-disc single CD collection, which was available now on sale. The advertisement highlights several bonus items included with the box, such as newly drawn illustrations for the box and CD jackets, special picture discs, character message leaves, and portrait sheets. The image below this section displays the large cast of characters from the series. Finally, there's an ad for the Crescent Noise Drama CD. This fan-awaited audio adaptation was released on January 21st. It includes a drama segment based on the first volume of the manga and features the ending theme song. The release also comes with a full-color booklet featuring new illustrations. This page appears to be a prominent feature or cover page, kicking off the year 1999 with a bold declaration, "Let's go H in 1999. It highlights a beautiful girl software catalog and strategy guide, and a major feature providing a direct look at the popular developer Sonya, titled All About Sonya. The page previews upcoming major titles expected to significantly impact the industry, investigating exciting and anticipated blockbusters and their current status. Featured screenshots and notes include Final Fantasy Version 2 I, Shenmue, questioning Yu Suzuki's message, and Dragon Quest V2, asking about its release date, platform, and overall status. There's also a 1998 year-end market report, analyzing sales results to understand user sentiment, the comfortable yet somewhat stagnant state of the PlayStation in its mature phase, the potential for a Nintendo revival with Zelda and the Game Boy Color, and the ongoing struggle for the Dreamcast. The page also announces the top 100 software sales of 1998. Finally, the page promotes the release of Dengeki Heim Volume 5 and announces the Dengeki OU March issue release date of February 8th. The page includes various character illustrations, consistent with its focus on bishōjo games. This page showcases new publications from Dengeki Bunko, set to release on February 10th, with a prominent feature on Boogie Pop Overdrive, the King of Distortions. This latest work from award-winning author Kuhei Kadono, with illustrations by Kuji Ogata, poses an intriguing question about the protagonist's ability to protect this time, accompanied by a striking illustration of the character Boogie Pop. The lineup includes Don't Suck My Blood 4, the newest installment in a popular series about a vampire girl, 100 Havesta, a new series, and Naniwa Requiem, the latest release from another celebrated author. Notably, the City series title, Noisy City Osaka, an award-winning work set in an alternate world Osaka, is highlighted alongside related media. A PlayStation software title and a 2 Candelas set based on this work are scheduled for release on March 11th, indicating expansion into the gaming and audio realms. The page also draws attention to winning works from the 5th Dengeki Game Novel Award, featuring Academy Martial Arts Chronicle, Smiling at the Moon, Gold Prize, and Cold Gehenna, Silver Prize, introducing their authors and illustrators. Additionally, the release of the A Little Dragon 4 comic is announced, and the page marks the 5th anniversary of the Dengeki Bunko imprint. This page is a mail-order advertisement for Pink Pineapple and Elf anime videos and LDS, featuring adult titles and game adaptations like Dokusei, with full ordering details. This page heralds the exciting debut of the Sister Princess Project, an original creation from Greng's magazine. This wasn't just a standard feature. It was launched as a reader participation project, specifically designed for bishōjo fans. After a break from interactive features, Greng's magazine was diving back in with this major undertaking. The central theme revolves around a group of distinct little sisters who all share an intense fondness for their older brother, or Oni-chan. The magazine promised that these carefully selected sisters would guide readers into a captivating new world. The artwork prominently displays some of the initial character designs, showcasing the different personalities that would later become central to the Sister Princess franchise, which expanded into hugely popular games, anime series, and various other media stemming from this very magazine concept. This page introduces the first 5 sisters of the Sister Princess Project, each vying for the affection of their older brother, Oni-chan. Karen expresses loneliness, wanting his constant care. Kaho is a cheerful cheerleader supporting her brother. Mamoru, a tomboy, feels ignored and demands his attention. Sakuya is confident in her cuteness. Hinako, the youngest, deeply misses her brother's companionship and wants to play with him. The page also includes a direct question to the reader, asking if he likes the sisters. The illustrations are by Naohito Tenhiro, effectively establishing the sisters' unique personalities and setting the stage for reader engagement in the project. This page continues the Sister Princess Project, illustrated by Naohito Tenhiro, titled Ra, Oni-chan, I Love You So Much Heart. It introduces 4 more sisters vying for the reader's affection. We meet sister number 6, Maria, who is often ill and stays indoors, expressing gratitude to her brother for comforting her and knitting a sweater for him. Sister number 7, Shirayuki, a maid, proudly makes special sweet treats and wants to cook for her brother every day because he likes sweets. Sister number 8, Rinrin, an inventor, presents a new robot replica she made and wants her brother's help. Finally, sister number 9, Chikaj, is busy with research and has found an interesting document. The large text block explains the project further. Readers become the Oni-chan and participate in a game based on reader submissions, aiming for good results and recognition. The twist is that the sisters are in different locations, and you can only meet one specific sister every 2 months. This is presented as an ultimate choice, complicated by rival Oni-chan nationwide, meaning you need to win the game to even meet one sister. The game is set to start in the May issue and will be held bi-monthly. The page also announces the start of a popularity poll and fan letter campaign. Readers can vote for their favorite sister by sending a postcard with her number and a message. There are prizes for winners, and the deadline is February 19th. The next page introduces the second original project from the magazine, titled Ryuko Shujo Tsushin. Tentative. This is a monthly reader participation project that centers around trading cards. The core idea is an exciting system where participants can win original trading cards by joining and winning a game. The page showcases several characters who will act as navigators for this project, featuring artwork by multiple illustrators, including character designs by Akihiro Konomi and illustrations by Mutsumi Sasaki, among others. The project is scheduled to begin in the next issue. Additionally, the page briefly announces a third project, tentatively titled Seijoshin Tengoku, which is also planned to start in the next issue. This page features a bright and inviting illustration by Tsukasa Saito, showcasing a cheerful, green-haired character in a maid-inspired outfit. The prominent section is the Gal Gamer Reader's Corner, a space for enthusiastic readers to share their thoughts and engage with the magazine. Text on the page declares that a new journey begins splendidly now, and notes that this issue starts with a colorful presentation, indicating this is likely one of the first pages. This page features the Reader's Corner titled The Reborn Gal Gamer, where fans share their passion for visual novels and dating simulation games through vibrant artwork and comments. It's a lively collection of fan submissions, showcasing illustrations of characters from popular titles of the era like One Kagayaku Kisetsu-e, With You, and To Heart. Readers express their thoughts on characters, particular scenes, and even share anecdotes like high scores in karaoke related to game themes. The page highlights the community aspect of the gal game genre, with dedicated sections for games like Pia ni Yukoso 2, featuring more fan art and commentary. It demonstrates the strong connection fans felt with these games and their characters, celebrating the genre's growing popularity. This page showcases a vibrant collection of fan-submitted color illustrations under the title, Starting from Color. It's part of the Reader's Corner, continuing the theme of fan engagement with popular games and anime of the era. Readers have submitted beautiful artwork featuring characters from various titles. Highlights include illustrations for Princess Maker, Fairy Tales Come True, showcasing the lovely fairy form. There's also art that appears to be inspired by Duel, Parallel Trouble Adventure, a piece related to Creamy Mommy, and illustrations for visual novels like Next King, Natural, and She's Sand Season. Another piece features characters and text like Chain Gun Cybernetics, hinting at a sci-fi theme. The comments accompanying the art express the fans' affection for their favorite characters and games, with mentions of specific scenes or overall impressions. The page also features a dedicated section titled Not Yet, Sense, which seems to be a reader corner focusing on the game sense. It mentions battling for popularity alongside the Sakura Wars series, and notes a high number of postcard submissions for this topic, highlighting the strong community interest in certain character pairings from the game. Overall, it's a joyful celebration of fandom through creative expression. This page features another reader corner titled The People Who Were the Hottest This Month, No Matter What, To Heart. It's dedicated entirely to fan mail and illustrations for the game To Heart. The main text block highlights that To Heart takes up a full page this month due to the sheer volume of postcards submitted. It mentions the game's enduring popularity, noting that while interest might have temporarily waned, the release of the game and the anime adaptation have reignited fan excitement. Multi, Akari, and Sarika Kurusugawa are mentioned as particularly popular characters among the submissions, with many postcards featuring green, red, purple, and pink themes reflecting their character colors. The total number of postcards for this topic is noted as 102. The page is filled with various fan illustrations of To Heart characters. The large central image is a drawing of Multis wearing a scarf and headphones. Smaller illustrations surround it, featuring characters like Akari Kamigishi, Sarika Kurusugawa, Hoshina Saeko, and Kotone Himegawa. Each piece has a brief comment from the magazine staff, praising the artwork or mentioning the fans' remarks. For example, one comment notes, "A submission feels like it could be from an audition," while others compliment the detailed touch or express surprise at a character's depiction. The page clearly demonstrates the strong passion of To Heart fans. This page is another vibrant reader submission corner prominently titled, We're Looking for Submissions. It features a collection of fan art and comments from readers across Japan, showcasing their passion for various games popular at the time. One notable section is titled, Can You Tell from the Allied Forces?, highlighting submissions for a collection of games including Eternal Melody, the Eternal Fantasy series, likely Yukyu Gensokyoku, and With You. The magazine staff notes that despite these popular titles, they were completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of To Heart submissions this month. Linking back to the previous page's feature, the page is filled with diverse illustrations. The large central piece on the left is an illustration inspired by the game With You. Further down you'll find fan art featuring iconic characters like Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy V2, alongside characters from games such as Yuno, a girl who chants love at the bound of this world, Kuro no Danshu, and possibly Dead or Alive's Kasumi and FNC's Ensemble, among others. There's also a character labeled Trisha, likely from a visual novel or simulation game of the era. These illustrations offer a fantastic glimpse into the games that captured readers' hearts in the late 90s.
This page continues the Reader Submission Corner, showcasing fan art and comments from players across Japan. Echoing the previous page's theme, this section is vibrant with illustrations from various popular games of the time. Featured prominently are submissions relating to the fighting game series Variable Geo, including an illustration noted for its emphasis. There's also a comment referencing the classic puzzle game Puyo Puyo. A large part of the page is dedicated to illustrations inspired by the visual novel One Kagayaku Kisetsu-e, with comments praising the game. Another significant section focuses on the enduringly popular Sakura Wars series. Readers discuss the Sakura Great Battle and mention the game adaptations of Cardcaptor Sakura. The comments also touch upon Sakura Wars 3 and its creator, Oji Hiroi, expressing anticipation for future releases. The page is filled with diverse fan art, including pieces inspired by titles like Yuno, A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World, With You, and other games like Hatsume Dayu and Rabiputa. The submissions come from readers in various prefectures, highlighting the nationwide reach of these games. Overall, it's a fantastic collection demonstrating the strong connection between players and their favorite virtual worlds in the late 90s. This page features a humorous comic strip explaining a change in the magazine's format. The magazine, Gal Gamer, is announcing that starting this month, color pages will lead, and the one-color, black and white, pages will be integrated right alongside them, effectively merging the two sections into one. The comic illustrates this change with the characters reacting to the sudden switch from color to black and white. A new character appears, identifying himself as the representative of the one-color page. He declares his arrival and announces that he will be the main character from now on, preventing the others from having their way. The other characters are surprised and question his existence. He confirms that this section is now the black and white corner. The comic ends with the characters anticipating the next part and a chaotic panel featuring the new black and white character. The comic is drawn by Saito Tsukasa. This page features the Reader Submission Corner titled Hagakiko Mach 2 Fierce Battle Challenge Arc. It's hosted by an energetic girl with cat ears, who greets the G's magazine readers and announces that with the new year, this segment is being reborn. Apparently, the previous incarnation went too wild and got them in trouble, prompting this renewal. The page is filled with various small comic panels and illustrations, likely based on reader submissions or jokes related to the magazine and gaming. There are humorous reactions to the renewal, sketches, and comments. One panel amusingly features a character being asked if they are Captain Commandos, while others show characters reflecting on their past antics. The overall tone is lighthearted and comedic, focusing on the interaction with the readers and the segment's fresh start after its previous, perhaps overly enthusiastic, run. This page is drawn by Kazakami Jun, also known as Kitchen Nose. This page introduces the renewed reader submission segment, featuring the K-tiered host, Hagakiko. Following the Fierce Battle Challenge arc theme from the previous page, this section is titled Gal Gamer Hagakiko Fever, and is calling for reader participation. The goal is to make the segment both more accessible and fun, perhaps even for younger readers, Kodomo Challenge, while also being bolder, Challenge. The core idea is simple. Readers are encouraged to submit suggestions for things they want Hagakiko to challenge. Examples provided include having Hagakiko interview a game developer, subtly appearing in the background of a game screen, or even something playful like eating an ice pop while dressed in gym clothes. This is clearly a direct appeal to the audience to shape the future content of the segment, making it interactive and driven by community ideas. Submissions are directed to the magazine's address in Kanda Surugadai, Chiyoda Ward, Tokyo. It's a straightforward call to action, inviting fans to get creative and engage with the character and the magazine. This page is a vibrant reader submission spread, appropriately titled Reader Page, and features the main headline, For Your Sake, I Am Reborn into a Pure White Heart. A banner at the top confirms that submissions are greatly wanted, tying into the magazine's focus on community engagement. The page is filled with illustrations and messages from readers, showcasing their artistic talent and love for various games. Among the featured artwork, we see illustrations related to titles like Castle Fantasia, a notable visual novel/RPG series, and characters from games such as Piacaret EU Koso 2, a popular dating sim. Readers have submitted drawings of their favorite characters, along with short messages and commentary on games they've been playing or are looking forward to. One section shares a reader's experience welcoming the new year amidst an influenza outbreak, discussing their anticipation for Valentine's Day and the excitement of receiving chocolates, comparing store-bought and handmade treats. Another block talks about the experience of starting games and encourages readers to submit reports on interesting findings. Overall, it's a lively collection of fan art and thoughts, highlighting the interactive relationship between the magazine and its audience, and their shared passion for gaming and anime-style visuals. The illustrations are by Saito Tsukasa. This page continues the reader page section, subtitled Galgamer, featuring more fan submissions like illustrations and messages. The top banner reiterates the call for contributions. Various fan art graces the page, including depictions of characters from games like Comic Party, 1 to the Radiant Season, and Pia-EU Koso. 2. There's also art related to Azusa Welcome to and Etude Prologue. One illustration features Molt from To Heart, and another seems to be a character profile similar to those found in dating sims like Tokimeki Memorial, detailing physical stats and background. Reader comments cover a range of gaming experiences. One reader discusses the dating sim Mitsuomete Night, while another mentions playing Sentimental Graffiti and First Kiss Story, noting the ease of obtaining them without pre-ordering. A dedicated gal gamer shares their passion for the genre, particularly highlighting their enjoyment of Pia-EU Koso. 2. And the desire to see all character endings. The conversation touches on different game genres, including shooters, but circles back to the reader's strong preference for gal games, even causing friends to question their tastes. This section vividly captures the diverse interests and personal connections readers have with their favorite games. This page continues the reader page section, prominently featuring more fan submissions from gal gamers. The page is filled with diverse fan art, including a large illustration from Pia-EU Koso, 2 and smaller pieces depicting characters from games like Device Rain, Pixie Garden, and Monster Maker. Readers share their thoughts and experiences with various dating simulation games, mentioning titles such as Pia-2, First Kiss Story, Sentimental Graffiti, and Tokimeki Memorial. Discussions touch on favorite characters, game choices, achieving different endings, and even the mechanics like affection levels and Sentimental Graffiti. One section announces a character popularity poll, asking readers to vote for their favorite characters from games featured in the magazine, comparing them against classic gal game characters like Molt from To Heart or characters from Tokimeki Memorial. There's also a small announcement section hinting at changes or celebrations for the magazine itself, potentially related to its anniversary. The submissions reflect the reader's deep engagement and passion for the genre. The next page continues the popular reader page section, packed with enthusiastic submissions from gal gamers. The highlight is a large, charming fan illustration from Welcome to Pia-2, showing a character surrounded by fluttering hearts. Throughout the page, readers share their passion through smaller artworks depicting characters from games like Device Rain, Pixie Garden, and Etude Prologue. The text sections are filled with reader anecdotes and questions. Fans discuss their experiences playing various dating simulations, sharing strategies for reaching specific endings in titles like Sentimental Graffiti and Welcome to Pia-2. They ask for advice on finding rare items, such as trading cards for Private Actress, or figuring out game mechanics. Some readers mention other popular games like Tokimeki Memorial and First Kiss Story, highlighting their favorite characters or comparing game experiences. There's also mention of Super Real Mahjong Ike version 2. The page truly captures the vibrant community of players deeply invested in these games and their characters. This page continues the popular reader page section, featuring more fan submissions from gal gamers. A prominent illustration at the top left, by Ibaraki Pref Tosei Sakuyasan, depicts a character in a school uniform, alongside text that hints at an exciting rise and then ending. The page is filled with smaller illustrations from readers across Japan, showcasing their artistic talent and favorite characters. You'll see characters from games like Sentimental Graffiti, contributed by Nigata Pref, Uto Kakasan. Welcome to Pia-2, by Toyama Pref, Takeda Meisan, and Kanagawa Pref, Kanzashi Akara-san, as well as original characters and fan art featuring maids and other themes. There's also a charming illustration of Card Captor Sakura by Shizuoka Pref, Yo-chan-san, and a dynamic piece from Kairaku Satsuriku Rina by Saitama Pref, Mizuguchi Nissan. The text sections are packed with reader letters, discussing their passion for dating simulation games. They share anecdotes about buying games discreetly, their experiences with specific titles,
and ask questions about gameplay or characters. Readers also comment on previous magazine content, including an article about buying games. The page highlights a suggestion from a reader for a popularity poll for GAL game characters, and announces that the next issue will feature a guide on contributing to the GAL Gamer section. There's also mention of a novel based on the game One, Our Private Summer. This page is absolutely packed with reader submissions, continuing the popular GAL Gamer section. One notable area is the Let's Be Pen Pals special, where readers can connect with each other. It features illustrations like one tied to the adventure game Exodus Guilty. Another section, This Month's Postcard Trends 1999, gives us insight into what games were hot at the time based on reader mail, specifically mentioning the popularity of With You, First Kiss Story, Cardcaptor Sakura, and the Graduation series. Excitingly, the Friends Who Love Moo section announces the official launch of a fan club dedicated to someone named Moo, celebrating hitting a supporter milestone. The main fan calls section is back, offering readers a place to send messages and art directly to their favorite characters and creators. The submissions here are fantastic, featuring fan art and notes related to a variety of games. You'll see characters and references from titles like Toshin Toshi, Welcome to Pia Carrot, Us, Sentimental Graffiti, Cardcaptor Sakura, First Kiss Story, and even a mention related to Phantasy Star Millennium, showing the diverse tastes of the gaming community at the time. It's great to see the passion from fans come through in these creative submissions. This page serves as a guide on how to send a postcard for the magazine's reader section, GAL Gamer, which is being renewed as part of a special project. It asks, what kind of person is a GAL Gamer? And invites everyone to review together. The page explains that the GAL Gamer Reader Corner is a space by the readers and for the readers, where they can share their feelings and thoughts about games and related topics. There are virtually no restrictions on content, encouraging readers to submit anything they are passionate about, be it about the games covered in the magazine or other interests like anime, comics, or trading cards. The guide details that if lots of postcards on a similar theme are received, that theme can be turned into its own dedicated corner, fostering community interaction and highlighting diverse interests. It's presented as an opportunity for any reader, whether a regular contributor or new, to make their voice heard. The page is illustrated with cheerful images of a girl, encouraging readers to send in their postcards and participate in the community. This page serves as a detailed guide on how to submit content to the magazine's GAL Gamer Reader Corner. Following up on the previous page's introduction, it outlines that the section features both color and single-color pages, accepting both illustration and text-based postcards. Even if you're not an artist, text-only submissions are perfectly welcome, urging readers to express their passionate feelings about games, anime, comics, or anything else they love. The guide also introduces the GAL Gamer Navigator, depicted as a cheerful girl in a maid outfit, who guides readers through the section and is involved in various aspects of the corner. Crucially, the page lists 7 important rules for submission, referred to as the 7 Commandments. 1. Always stick to postcard size. 2. No pencil drawings are allowed. 3. Make sure to write the corner name, GAL Gamer. 4. Include your prefecture and pen name. 5. Please write the title of the work you're submitting about. 6. If possible, also include character names. 7. Don't neglect your studies. A friendly reminder. Finally, the page provides the submission address, encouraging anyone motivated to send in a passionate postcard to the DGK G's magazine GAL Gamer section in Kanda, Chiyodaku, Tokyo. They're eagerly awaiting submissions from readers. This page is an advertisement from the Answer Shop mail order service, prominently featuring a special limited-time offer on the PCFX console. They're selling the console itself for a competitive 14,800 yen. The main draw is a special bundle set for 20,000 yen, which includes the PCFX console and 2 popular adult titles, Pia Carrot Iu Koso and Kyan Kyan Bunny Extra DX. They even throw in a Rulufi pin batch set as a first-come, first-served bonus for purchasing the bundle. Beyond the hardware deal, the shop lists a variety of software. This includes other 18-plus games for the PCFX like First Kiss Monogatari. They also offer the PCFX version of Tekipaki Working Love, available as a screensaver pack, or the full game, with exclusive first-press bonuses. The inventory extends to hardware and software for the PC3 Denjin, listing titles such as Resident Evil and Enigma, and a substantial selection of standard PC Engine games, including classics like Emerald Dragon, Princess Maker 2, and even Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, Akumaju Dracula X, Gekka no Yasukyoku, for PCFX. Ordering details via phone or fax are provided, noting payment is strictly cash on delivery. This page announces a new Creedrom title for the popular Sentimental Graffiti series, titled Sentimental Graffiti Desktop Friend, specifically for Windows 95 and 98. The software bundle features the core Desktop Friend application, alongside a screensaver, a scheduler, and wallpapers. The Desktop Friend component brings 12 characters from the series onto your computer, where they react and provide messages based on your system's status and usage. A built-in scheduler helps manage daily tasks and integrates with the Desktop Friend functionality. Scheduled for release in early April 1999, the software will be available in PC shops, anime shops, and via mail order for 6,300 yen. Special bonuses, including laminated cards and telephone cards, are offered depending on whether you purchase it as a standard bundle or through mail order. Details for the mail order application process are also outlined. This page presents information about Toranawana, a prominent retailer specializing in doujinshi, anime, and related goods. It highlights their extensive inventory, particularly the massive stock of doujinshi available after events, which they state reaches approximately 400,000 volumes. The page promotes their mail order service, featuring exclusive original phone cards adorned with vibrant anime-style character art, including catgirl designs, reflecting the popular aesthetics of the late 90s. Details are provided on how customers can order through phone, fax, or their website. Furthermore, Toranawana is actively purchasing used items, including comics, doujinshi, cruds, and laserdiscs, catering to the collector market for various media formats popular at the time. The page also includes location guides for their physical stores in major areas like Akihabara and Ikebukuro. This page dives into the world of popular dating simulation and bishōjo games, being adapted into comic anthologies and manga, allowing fans to enjoy their favorite series in a new format. The main feature highlights the first Kiss Story comic anthology, which was released on February 10th. This anthology features stories about the different girls from the game, presented by a lineup of talented authors. It includes short comics drawn by the game's character designer, Hiroki Mizukami himself, and even comes with PlayStation memory card stickers. The page also promotes other recently released and popular comic adaptations based on well-known games. These include the Welcome to Pia Carrot 2 comic anthology, the first volume of the Galaxy Fraulein Yuna comic, the first volume of the To Heart comic, and volumes 1 and 2 of the Galaxy Communication comic. All these comics are currently available. Finally, there's an exciting announcement about the bishōjo figure super collection Boneworks collection book, created with the full cooperation of Kyoto. This collection, released on February 5th, thoroughly showcases selected bishōjo figures crafted by the renowned sculptor Bohm, featuring pieces from popular series such as Cardcaptor Sakura and To Heart. The page is published by MediaWorks and distributed by Shufu no Tomosha, demonstrating how popular game IPs were being expanded into other media, like comics and figure books in the late 90s. This page features the March issue survey, offering readers a chance to win prizes by providing feedback. The application method is straightforward, requiring readers to fill out their details and selected prize number on a postcard, with a deadline in late February and winners announced in the May issue. The core of the page is a comprehensive survey covering various aspects of the magazine. Readers are asked about the best and worst articles from a provided list, which includes features on popular dating simulation and bishō games like Sentimental Graffiti 2, Friends, With You, Favorite Dear, To Heart, the anime adaptation of To Heart, G's Museum, White Album, Wish, Roommate Me, True Love Story 2, and various entries from the Tokimeki Memorial series. The list also covers game rankings, character rankings, software schedules, PC bishōjo games, character design features, and more, highlighting the magazine's focus on these genres. The survey also probes reader habits, asking about magazine price perception, purchasing frequency, owned gaming hardware, covering platforms like Sega Saturn, PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast and PC, and other gaming or anime magazines they read. Further questions gauge opinions on specific articles, including an interview about Cardcaptor Sakura and the magazine's layout, and exclusive scoops. Finally, readers are asked about their favorite bishōjo game characters and general feedback. The page concludes with a list of winners from previous surveys, including those who won prizes from the January issue, and a special roommate W Teleka giveaway. This page introduces a brand new series titled The Character Designer's Art and Works. This debut installment focuses on the fascinating process behind creating the beloved characters seen in games and anime. The featured guests for this first entry are designer Ryuichi Makino and the character Akari Kanzaki, whose image is prominently displayed. The core theme of the series, as highlighted by the large text, is the moment a beautiful girl character is born. The introductory text explains that this series will delve into the world of character designers, exploring what kind of profession it is and who these creators are. It aims to answer questions that readers might have about how the numerous, charming bishōjo characters that captivate them are brought to life. This appears to be a focused interview series kicking off this month, positioned as a must-read for anyone interested in pursuing a career in character design or simply curious about the process. The next page features an interview with character designer Ryuichi Makino, titled, Until Ryuichi Makino Entered the Path of Anime. With a striking quote, "I guess I'm not suited for this job." The page displays a large illustration of Akari Kanzaki and a photograph of Makino himself. In the interview, Makino discusses his journey into the anime industry, mentioning that entering a vocational school for this kind of work was the catalyst. He reflects on having a vague ambition to make a living from drawing during high school, influenced by the anime boom at the time, thinking he could draw things he liked. He admits to entering the field with somewhat naive expectations. While attending school, he sometimes felt discouraged, thinking he wasn't suited for the job. He also talks about his early interests, mentioning watching anime like Galaxy Express 999 and Gundam. Interestingly, he states he disliked video games back then, specifically citing Xevious and its repetitive music as something he found difficult to tolerate. The profile next to his photo lists his affiliation with AIC Spirits and his work as an animator before becoming a character designer for PC games such as Exchange Diary and Nightwalker, and PC Engine titles like Fawcett Amour and Mahjong Sword. His recent success at the time is highlighted by the popular Great Athletics Festival series, which received OVA and TV anime adaptations. Character designer Ryuichi Makino's interview reveals his journey into the game industry. Though not a dedicated gamer, he enjoyed action titles. After starting in anime, he transitioned to games after being invited by a colleague. His first project was character design for the eroge game, Angel's Afternoon, Extra Story 2i. He then became the character designer for the Battle Athletes series, despite not being on the initial project team. The interview showcases Akari Kanzaki, the series' main character, highlighting her appearances across various platforms and her enduring popularity. Makino humorously mentions a setting year that he found challenging, hinting at early concepts for the series. Quote, "The next page focuses on the early history of Akari Kanzaki, the main character from the Battle Athletes series, specifically highlighting her debut in the Sega Saturn game Daidukai, Great Athletics Meet. Released in 1996, this sports training simulation game was Akari's first appearance. The page includes character design sketches showing Akari's initial concepts, including school uniform, training wear, with bloomers as mentioned in the title, and various facial expressions. It also features a photo of character designer Ryuichi Makino. In the interview segment, Makino discusses the origins of Akari's design, noting that he was initially asked to create 3 characters, including Akari, Ichika Yanagida, and Tomoe Midu, with Akari always intended as the heroine. He shares the challenge of designing a character who was simply normally cute, finding it more difficult than it sounds. He also humorously recalls playing the finished Saturn game and finding Akari's personality wasn't just cute, but hilariously an idiot whose screws are loose, which he felt added a great flavor to the character. The interview also briefly touches on the design process for other characters, like Larry Hadshik, who was requested to be made more wild. Makino reflects on his work, stating that while he draws many girls, he doesn't necessarily see himself as someone who likes drawing girls, though others might perceive it that way. This page continues the exploration of Battle Athletes heroine, Akari Kanzaki, focusing on character designer Ryuichi Makino's insights. Makino emphasizes finding inspiration everywhere, and highlights the importance of recognizable character designs, even in chibi form. He offers advice to aspiring designers: experiment, study other artists, cultivate a unique style,
and remain open to influence. The page also covers the OVA adaptation released in 1997, which expands the series' world with new characters and redesigned visuals. It then details the PlayStation game, Great Athletics Meet GTO, a polygonal racing game featuring Akari's race kit designs. Finally, a giveaway of signed artwork by Makino is announced. This page delves further into the world of battle athletes and its central character, Akari Kanzaki, showcasing her design and appearances in various games. The main feature is a dynamic illustration by character designer Ryuichi Makino, depicting Akari in a crouched athletic stance, perhaps just before a race starts. The page also includes a peculiar segment titled Collection Galilee, presenting close-up views of Akari's backside from the packaging of different battle athletes, games across PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and the latest title. The accompanying text reveals these images were intentionally featured on the package backs, highlighting the Bloomers design, and includes a comment from the artist that they were not based on real models. Additionally, the page touches upon Akari's recent game appearances, specifically mentioning the polygonal racing game Battle Athletes GTO on PlayStation, and a PC Network game titled Challenge Akari. This page continues the focus on Akari Kanzaki from the Battle Athletes series, featuring a detailed illustration of her face and upper body. Titled Collection Galilee, a prominent section showcases close-up views of Akari's backside in blue bloomers from the packaging art of several Battle Athletes games. The text explains that these images were deliberately used on the back covers of the PlayStation and Sega Saturn versions of Battle Athletes Dai Undukai, as well as the latest game, Battle Athletes GTO, emphasizing the bloomers as a key element. The feature notes that the artist stated these illustrations were not based on real models, and highlights this collection as something only visible to those who own the specific game software. This page features another fantastic piece of artwork by Ryuichi Makino, titled Just Before the Starting Position, Perhaps? It shows a dynamic illustration of Akari Kanzaki from the Battle Athletes series, captured in a moment of anticipation, ready to spring into action. The page highlights Akari's recent appearances in games. On the right, we see information on the PlayStation version of Battle Athletes GTO, released on January 19th. This is a polygon battle game featuring the core cast from the first game, described as having cute polygonal characters and action that's appropriately silly and full of goofy moments befitting the Daiundukai spirit. Below that, there's a feature on the PC version of Battle Athletes Daiundukai, titled Akari Toshubu, Battle with Akari. This was a Salix first PC Network game, allowing players to battle unknown rivals over the internet using a new character, Hanako, whose data could be exchanged via email, which also served as an email client itself. This page features the 10th installment of Masaki Takei's column, Adult's Tale, where he shares his secret techniques. This is essentially a fan art review section, with Takei commenting on postcards submitted by readers featuring illustrations of characters from various games and series. Several popular titles from the late 90s are represented in the fan submissions. One illustration features characters explicitly identified as being from the visual novel series Classmates, Dukyusei, and Classmates 2. Other drawing is labeled Graduation, Sotsugyu, referencing that well-known series of simulation games. The comments from Takei offer feedback on the artwork, often praising the detail, coloring, or character depiction, sometimes noting specific characters or elements like hairstyles or expressions. The submissions showcase diverse artistic styles and characters popular among the magazine's readership at the time, reflecting the vibrant fan community surrounding these dating sim and visual novel games. This page is part of Masaki Takei's column, Adult's Tale Volume 10+. Continuing from the previous page, after a quick New Year's greeting, Takei shifts from reviewing fan art to demonstrating his own illustration techniques. He walks the reader through his process, showing the tools he uses like a trace table and animation paper for rough sketches. He then explains how he transfers the drawing and uses Copic markers for coloring. A key technique he highlights is copying the line art onto a new sheet before coloring, allowing him to correct mistakes easily by simply making a fresh copy. He discusses the properties of the markers, noting they are oil-based and work well over toner copies. The page provides a practical look at the workflow behind the kind of illustrations featured in the magazine. This page is a fan corner dedicated to the Eternal Melody and Yukyu Gensokyoku series. The biggest reveal here is the password for the bonus mode in the PlayStation version of Eternal Melody. Previously a special bonus, this mode grants access to extra character graphics not seen during normal gameplay. The page explains the simple process to unlock it, inputting a specific password as your player name, resetting your initial stats, and then selecting the new OMake option that appears on the menu. Additionally, it provides a list of character names and the corresponding secret passwords needed to use them in the game. The page also features the 7th part of the character encyclopedia for Yukyu Gensokyoku, second album. It gives a brief overview of the game, noting its improved system over the previous title, and introduces 5 of the main characters players can interact with. Each profile includes basic information and a short description of the character's personality or role, such as Saritis, a gentle girl from an orphanage, or Vanessa, a strong-willed woman working for public safety. This page features an illustration gallery showcasing fan contributions related to the Eternal Melody, Yukyu Gensokyoku, and the latest title, Yukyu Ensemble. Fans from across Japan submitted their artwork, depicting beloved characters and memorable scenes from the games. The page displays a variety of styles, highlighting the creativity and passion of the fanbase. Contributions range from detailed character portraits to group shots and seasonal themes like Christmas and Valentine's Day. The magazine actively encourages readers to send in their own illustrations for a chance to be featured. Additionally, the page announces a special prize giveaway. One lucky fan will receive a set of limited edition Eternal Melody towels. The address for submitting illustrations and applying for prizes is also provided, inviting further engagement with the game series community. This page is dedicated to the Tokimeki Memorial fan page, specifically the Tokimeki Supporters Club. It starts with a note welcoming the year 99 and reflecting that since Tokimeki Memorial was released in 94, it's entering its 6th year, which is like 2 full high school cycles. The page features various fan contributions, including letters and comments where readers share their thoughts on gameplay strategies and characters. For example, one fan discusses prioritizing ability points over dating early on, while another reflects on getting a specific lucky number. There's also a section called Illustration Talk, showcasing fan art of popular characters accompanied by comments. The Kirameki High School unofficial student roster section presents fan-made character profiles or unique takes on existing ones, complete with illustrations. Finally, the Dream Color Theme Park features fan illustrations based on the theme Speaking of Winter, depicting various characters enjoying winter activities, or settings like hot springs and snowy scenes. These sections highlight the fans' creativity and ongoing engagement with the game. This page continues the fan focus on Tokimeki Memorial. There's an illustration and 4-coma bulletin board section, showcasing fan-submitted artwork and 4-panel comics based on the game's characters and scenarios. Below that, a reader survey asks fans if they plan to buy the Game Boy version of Tokimeki Memorial, revealing that most respondents are planning to get it, often citing the desire for new events or simply to support the game. The popular character poll section presents the results of reader votes for their favorite characters. Shiori Fujisaki takes the top spot, followed by other popular heroines like Saki Nijino and Yuina Himu. This section highlights which characters resonate most with the fanbase. Finally, there's a report on an OVA Tokimeki Memorial production announcement party. This event detailed the upcoming original video animation project, featuring information about the production process, character designs, and interviews with staff. A mini live concert by the voice actors was also part of the event. This page features DGI Chariot acting as a mascot to promote a new card game from Broccoli within DGK G's magazine. DGI Chariot introduces herself and announces she's promoting a card game that exclusively features beautiful girls and includes participation from many famous artists. The game is revealed to be Aquarian Age, Awakening Maidens. A small character profile is included for DGI Chariot, noting her age, height, weight, secret, and her signature Nyo speech pattern, identifying her as the gamer's image character. The page promises that starting from the next issue, DI Chariot will present visuals and behind-the-scenes stories about the game's characters. The feature is set to begin serialization in the April issue of DGK G's magazine, released on February 26th. This page is Banpresto's Prize Information Bureau, presenting the latest arcade prizes available in February. This section highlights a range of exciting items based on popular franchises. Featured prizes include figure keychains from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, Endless Waltz, with a special Wing Gundam Zero custom variant available. Fans of Super Robot Wars will appreciate the hot-blooded alloy figures of Great Mazinger, Daytarn 3, and Raideen, noted for their satisfying weight. There's also a minifigure collection from Super Dimension Fortress Macross 7, featuring both old and new Valkyrie designs. Unique items include a trick set based on the NHK children's program, Dekiru Kana, Devilman voice bottle openers that shout when used, and stylish sunglasses designed to look like Ultraman's eyes. An Other Prizes section lists additional items from series like Pokémon, Final Fantasy Version 2, Kamen Rider, and more, offering something for various collectors. This page continues Banpresto's featured prize selection, showcasing exciting new arcade prizes available this month. The main focus is on supersized plush toys and a special lottery game. Leading the selection are Pokémon plush toys in an all-star version, featuring popular characters like a large 40 cm Mew, a 22 cm Snorlax, and 15 cm Charmander and Jigglypuff. There are also unique metal items available as prizes. A highlight is the Torutoro Catcher Ichiban Kuji, a lottery game where you draw a ticket from a machine. The top prize is the impressive 40 cm plush toy, and the appealing part is that there are no losing tickets. Everyone wins something. Also featured are charming Doraemon plush toys from Everyone's Doraemon Part 2. These have a unique sleeping face design and come in various sizes, including a 40 cm pillow prize. The page also lists locations across Japan where you can play the Ichiban Kuji game. This page provides a helpful guide on how to play Banpresto's Ichiban Kuji lottery game. Following up on the introduction of the game and its prizes on the previous page, the guide features friendly manga characters who walk you through the simple steps. First, you pay the shop attendant and reach into the lottery drum. Next, you grab one triangular ticket that's tumbling inside and pull it out. Finally, you open the ticket to reveal your prize. The guide highlights the excitement of winning, showing that hitting the top prize gets you a very large plush toy, while even lower tiers like fourth prize still award a cute plush. The best part is there are no losing tickets, so everyone wins something. The characters confirm the game is easy to understand and play. The page also includes details about a contest to name the featured girl character, offering Banpresto goods as a prize. Copyright information confirms licenses for properties like Pokémon and Doraemon are used for Banpresto's prize machines and products. This page is a treasure trove for collectors and fans, serving as a catalog page showcasing some truly fantastic figures of popular bishōjo characters, many pulled straight from classic games. It's clear this marks a significant update for the magazine, delivering this info with a fresh look. You'll find some cool pieces here, like the limited edition Angel and Devil Wanda-chan figures, mascots for the legendary Wonder Festival event. Fans of fighting games can grab a dynamic Mai Shiranui 98 figure from the King of Fighters. For RPG lovers, there's a sharp Sakura Shinguji in her combat gear from Sakura Wars. Visual novel fans aren't left out, with figures of Eriko from Gakuensai and Sarika Kurisugawa from Two Heart, including a large 1/6 scale Master Doll version. There's also Akari Kanzaki from Dai Undukai GTO Super Dodgeball in her sporty GTO outfit, and a cute original character Liza-chan from Wonder Festival Ball. The page highlights how these familiar characters are appearing cuter than ever in figure form. Down at the bottom, there's a brief mention of a new competitive card game featuring popular characters from Leaf titles, the Leaf Fight trading card game, set for exclusive release at the Idol and Anime Card Festival 99 event. This page is definitely catering to the crossover audience of gamers and figure collectors. This page dives into the world of anime home video releases, with a strong focus on adaptations of popular PC bishōjo, beautiful girl, games. The main heading highlights this trend, noting how titles that were hits on the computer are now becoming anime. Featured here are several key anime titles. Directly from the PC gaming scene, we see releases for Welcome to Pia Carrot 2, an adaptation of the popular dating sim, focusing on summer activities and featuring girls in various outfits. There's also Shusaku, based on the adult game of the same name, and Natural, an OVA adaptation of a pure love game about a teacher-student romance,
noted as being for mature audiences. Beyond the game adaptations, the page also showcases new volumes for popular existing anime series. You'll find releases for Sorceress Stabber Orphan, Cardcaptor Sakura, Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, a Sailor Moon's memorial release featuring commentary and extras, and the start of the DVD series for Martian successor Nadesico. This page provides a snapshot of recent and noteworthy anime releases, catering to fans of various genres, particularly those interested in character-focused shows and Gameto anime transitions. This page delves into the world of game and anime audio releases, focusing on recommended drama creeds and sound collections. Highlighted are releases related to NEC Interchannel's interactive Yarudora series, featuring drama creeds for titles like Doublecast and Kisetsu wo Dakishimete, which star the original voice casts. The page also features the dynamic sound collection for the dark tactical RPG Black/Matrix, the delightful original soundtrack for the musical RPG Rhapsody, a musical adventure, and a drama CD based on Atelier Ellie. Fans of the Sakura Wars series will find a drama CD based on a story from Sakura Wars 2. Other audio releases include a drama CD for the anime Cyberteam in Akihabara, the soundtrack for Friends Seishun no Kagayaki, and singles for anime and game theme songs. It's a great mix of character-driven audio dramas and memorable game music.
This page showcases a variety of merchandise and publications for popular anime and game series, along with news about upcoming events. In the goods section, we see small capsule figures for the dating sim to Heart, trading figures from the Yarudora series title Hug the Seasons, desktop accessories featuring Fancy Lala, and trading cards for Impact Palette and Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. Fans of Eternal Arcadia, likely based on the characters shown, can look forward to telephone cards, while Martian successor Nadesico gets desk standees of the popular character Ruri. Moving to publications, there are several art and fan books highlighted. Eternal Arcadia receives an official comic fan book and an art collection by Yukiru Sugisaki. There's also a CG and original art book for the Game Eyes, and a program book for Battle Athletes Victory GTO. The section wraps up with an anime mono catalog covering various series, including Martian successor Nadesico, Slayers, and Vice Croix. Finally, the news section announces a major idol and anime card festival, 99, for trading card enthusiasts, detailing activities and location. There is also an invitation to preview screenings for the upcoming anime film, Gandress. This page promotes the upcoming April issue of DGK G's magazine, announcing its release date and highlighting key features. The cover story promises follow-up reports on Sentimental Graffiti and Friends, alongside crucial pre-release information for the popular dating simulation game To Heart. The issue also includes coverage of With You, Misora Ayoe's theme, and a wealth of other new software details. The page features a vibrant illustration depicting anime characters in a classroom setting, likely related to one of the featured games, possibly from Cocktailsoft or NEC Interchannel, based on the copyright. A comprehensive game index lists various titles covered within the issue, including Sentimental Graffiti, To Heart, With You, Wish, Canon, and many more, spanning platforms like PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Windows, Game Boy, and Dreamcast. Additionally, the page includes standard publication information, lists the magazine's staff members, and features a recruitment call for aspiring illustrators and writers. This page features a manga adaptation of the dating simulation game First Kiss Monogatari, developed by Hunex. Titled, Episode 5, Let's Take Care of You, this installment focuses on the character Kana. The story depicts the male protagonist falling ill with a fever, reaching 38.4 degrees Celsius, during his summer vacation stay at the Orikura house. He expresses frustration at catching a cold during this important time. The page includes panels showing Kana looking concerned, and the protagonist in bed, setting up a scenario where Kana will likely be caring for the sick protagonist. This short story manga, drawn by Mizukami Hiroki, is presented as a new feature starting in this issue. This page continues the manga adaptation of First Kiss Monogatari, Episode 5, Let's Take Care of You. Picking up from the previous page, the male protagonist, now identified as Yoshihiko, is still sick in bed with a fever. Kana enters, expressing concern and asking if he's okay. Yoshihiko attempts to brush it off, trying to appear fine, but Kana insists he needs to rest quietly to recover. Yoshihiko apologizes for having to cancel their date plans because of his illness. Kana tells him it's alright, and a final panel shows her smiling,
thinking to herself that while it's bad for Yoshihiko, she's somehow happy to be taking care of him. The page illustrates the budding relationship dynamic, as Kana takes on the role of nursemaids for the ailing protagonist.
This page continues the manga adaptation of First Kiss Monogatari, picking up with Kana taking care of the sick protagonist Yoshihiko. In the first panel, Yoshihiko, still in bed, observes that Kana seems to be enjoying herself, which she quickly denies. Kana then presents him with a glass, explaining that she tried making some tamagozake, egg sake, and assures him that drinking it will help him recover quickly. Yoshihiko expresses concern, noting that it's alcohol, but Kana insists it's medicine. He then accepts the drink, saying he'll have it. The following panels show Kana watching him with a nervous heartbeat, doki doki, as he gulps it down, goku goku goku, finishing with a satisfied exhale, fu. The scene highlights Kana's caring nature, and Yoshihiko's slightly hesitant acceptance of her ministrations. A vertical panel on the right side of the page serves as an advertisement for a First Kiss comic anthology, announcing its release date as February 10th, with a suggested retail price of 680 yen. This page continues the manga adaptation of First Kiss Monogatari. Kana, caring for the sick protagonist Yoshihiko, asks him how he's feeling. He responds that his body feels warm and that the egg sake she gave him seems quite effective. Relieved, Kana offers him some apple, asking if he can eat it. Yoshihiko agrees. With a heart mark in her speech bubble, Kana prepares to feed him directly with an Agadian gesture, which elicits a chuckle from Yoshihiko. Kana then asks him what's wrong, while giggling herself as she feeds him the apple. The scene emphasizes Kana's affectionate and nurturing care for Yoshihiko during his illness. This page continues the manga adaptation of First Kiss Monogatari. Following Kana's caring actions from the previous page, the sick protagonist, Yoshihiko, expresses that he doesn't mind having a cold if it means receiving such kindness. This causes Kana to blush profusely. She then decides to go out shopping and asks if he wants anything to eat, further demonstrating her concern for him. A subsequent panel depicts a handoff, likely Yoshihiko giving Kana money for the shopping trip, which seems to catch her by surprise. The scene highlights the tender interaction and growing connection between the two characters. This page continues the manga adaptation of First Kiss Monogatari. The scene depicts the two main characters, Kana and Yoshihiko, sharing a tender moment. In the top panel, the girl, presumably Kana, is shown lying on the bed with the boy, Yoshihiko. She is positioned above him, their bodies close, and she holds his hand. A speech bubble contains the sound kyapu, indicating a reaction of surprise or slight exclamation from one of them, likely Kana, due to the closeness. The bottom panel offers closer views. The left frame shows Kana with the sound effect doki doki, representing her pounding heart, suggesting nervousness or excitement. The right frame shows Yoshihiko looking towards her, calling out her name, Kana. This page focuses on the intimate connection between the characters, building upon the caring actions shown on the previous page, and highlighting their developing feelings for each other within this visual novel adaptation. This page continues the adaptation of First Kiss Monogatari, depicting a tender and intense moment between the main characters. The scene focuses on Yoshihiko and Kana locked in a tight embrace. In the upper left, Kana expresses a plea, saying, "Don't go," accompanied by a squeeze sound effect. To the right, a close-up shows Kana reacting with surprise and pain, exclaiming, "Ow! It hurts! Yoshihiko-san!" while a large, prolonged squeeze sound effect dominates the panel, emphasizing the force of the hug. The subsequent panels continue to show the embrace, with close-ups and a final panel where Kana softly calls out, "Yoshihiko-san." The page effectively conveys the emotional weight and physical intensity of the moment, building upon the developing relationship shown previously, and highlighting the complexities of their feelings during this intimate interaction. This page concludes the previous chapter, showing the aftermath of the embrace between Yoshihiko and Kana. In the opening panel, the intense moment gives way to comedy, as Yoshihiko is shown having fallen asleep, confirmed by the text noting he had been drunk since earlier pages. Kana, disappointed, remarks on how foolish she felt for getting her hopes up. Observing Yoshihiko's seemingly happy sleeping face, her true feelings are revealed in a close-up, labeling him an idiot with affection. The story wraps up with a humorous scene where Mai points out Yoshihiko's weird face, implying Kana has drawn on him while he was asleep, leaving him looking bewildered with swirling eyes. The page confirms this segment is Kana's episode end.
This page is the cover of Seiyu Grand Prix magazine, volume 21, published in March 1999. The cover features voice actors Mitsuo Iwata and Yuko Miyamura, highlighted as a power-up and strongest duo for 1999. This issue targets fans and aspiring voice actors alike. Key articles include a new gravure feature and interview with Hekiru Shina. There's also a roundtable discussion featuring voice actors from two major anime series, Mariko Koda and Daisuke Sakaguchi for Mamote Shugogeten, and Minami Takayama, Chifurin, Wakana Yamazaki, and Wataru Takagi for Detective Conan. Other features cover the group Vice, likely related to Vice Croix, with members Takahito Koyasu, Shinichiro Miki, Tomokazu Seki, and Hiro Yuki, a report on a last live event, and a collection of anticipated new face voice actors for 1999, including Marian Yamamoto, Mayuko Omimura, Ayako Kawasumi, Aihi Mizuno, and Megumi Nasu. The magazine also includes a guide to voice actor training schools and audition information. This page announces two horror survival games from Pinpei for 1999. The headline challenges you to face the terror on a mysterious island and reach a safe ending. On the left is Mujinto Monogatari XX, a suspense horror simulation scheduled for release on February 26. It's described as a peak in the genre, asking if you can escape the island. The story centers around the protagonist receiving a letter from a supposedly deceased senior, leading him to a deserted island, where he encounters various girls, depicted in the accompanying character illustrations. This title is for Windows 95/98. On the right is Aisa no Namida, The Blue Remembrancer, a dramatic fantasy adventure releasing March 26. It promises a mystery hidden in a song from the island of a mermaid legend, a story of three tears, and unimaginable horror. The premise involves the protagonist going on a southern island trip with friends, meeting a girl named Lara, and uncovering the secrets of the legendary song. Visuals include character art and a screenshot featuring a masked figure. This game is also for Windows 95/98. Both games are priced at 8,800 yen and have standard PC requirements for the era, including Pentium 133 MHz or faster CPUs and 16 MB of RAM. They are published by TTWO and distributed by KSS Sales. This page focuses on Mujinto Monogatari XX, a suspense horror simulation from Pinpei set to release on February 26, 1999. The page poses the question, what terror awaits on this island, and can you escape it? The game's premise revolves around the protagonist receiving a mysterious letter from a supposedly deceased senior, which leads him to a deserted island. Here, he encounters various individuals and must confront events to survive and escape. The page features illustrations of the female characters who appear in the game, along with smaller screenshots giving a glimpse of the island's setting and some potentially unsettling or survival-related scenes. It highlights the game as a peak entry in the suspense horror simulation genre. System requirements are listed for Windows 95/98, including a Pentium 133 MHz CPU and 16 MB of RAM, with the game priced at 8,800 yen. The next page highlights the appearance of two end-of-century survival games, following up on the previously introduced title. This page features Aisa no Namida, known in English as The Blue Remembrancer, scheduled for release on March 26, 1999. Presented as a dramatic fantasy adventure, the game promises a story intertwined with a mermaid legend, a mysterious song, and three tales, one of which harbors unimaginable terror. The premise involves the protagonist traveling to a southern island with 6 friends during summer vacation, where they meet a girl named Lala. A key mystery revolves around a legendary island song Lala sings, which is inexplicably in Japanese, and whose enigmatic lyrics hold a hidden meaning. The game's structure is centered around this song, unfolding 3 distinct storylines. Accompanying the description are various character illustrations and scenes. These include anime-style character art, some of which are sensual, alongside an image of a masked figure, hinting at the game's horror elements, and a visual of a girl by the sea. The game is listed for Windows 95/98. This page features the Sega Saturn title Friends, Sparkle of Youth. The vibrant anime illustration depicts a group of young characters outdoors, hinting at a heartfelt story centered around relationships and coming-of-age themes. The tagline poses an evocative question, "Thoughts I couldn't convey back then. Who was it you wanted to meet?" This suggests a narrative-driven experience, likely a visual novel or adventure game, focusing on friendship and romance. The game is announced for a winter release, and is set to be a 2 Candelas set, retailing at 7,200 yen, excluding tax. It's published by NEC Interchannel, known for their diverse range of adventure and visual novel titles on the platform. The artwork is credited to Toru Mizutani, whose style is evident in the character designs. Based on the visuals and title, players can anticipate a story filled with memorable moments and emotional connections among the cast.